Hello, everybody. Welcome in. This is It's Dangerous to Go Alone 45. My name is Grab, and I'm joined today by my lovely co-commentator, Gran. How are you doing, Gran?
I'm doing great, thank you. This is going to be a fantastic tournament, having seen all the teams that have signed up. The individual skill level this time is through the roof, and I'm looking forward to seeing the games we've got today.
I cannot wait. This should be incredible.
Absolutely.
So, in case you're new, It's Dangerous to Go Alone is a solo registration tournament for anyone who's interested. All skill levels are eligible, I should say. Completely free to sign up.
The range of skill of signups is actually incredible. You have people all the way up in 3000 X powers, ranging all the way down to people still in C and B rank. It's completely fascinating. The experience is basically tailored to you when you sign up. You input your skill levels, your comp experience, that sort of thing, and then you get seeded into 3 or 4 different brackets depending on how many people there are, each roughly equating to a similar skill level, and then you go and play the tournament you're about to see today.
It's truly a lighting moment to see just what bracket you get seated in. Lowest of the 4 currently is Courage bracket, followed by Wisdom, Power, and Master bracket, which is the highest and most recently introduced. Just, I believe, last It's Dangerous to Go Alone.
It's last season it was introduced, and I believe we both have experience playing in it. It is quite a fascinating experience.
It's intense. Master bracket, kind of scary.
It makes the tournament truly feel like open skill to have a bracket where the average player skill is so high.
Moving forward, in case you were wondering, the format today will be 3 rounds of Swiss bracket in a best of 3 style. Top 4 of the bracket move on to the top cut, where it is single elimination best of 5, and the entire map list is predetermined, so there are no counter picks.
The entire path through the tournament, including top cut, there will be no counter picks at all today. Every map you will see on this screen, as we have up here first. In our first set, which is Hungry Hen versus Daffy Dominator, we're starting on Scorch Gorge Clan Blitz, and then moving to Mahi Mahi Splat Zones, and then if a game 3 is needed, we'll be heading to Crableg Capital Rainmaker.
Ooh.
Now,
very
well, what's it like being Crableg Capital?
I am the Crableg Capital of the world.
That is true, yeah.
Gotta love Crableg Capital.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Scorch Gorge Clan Blitz for a second. I personally am not a huge fan of that map, even though it is run in almost every single tournament I play.
I've had long discussions recently with some people about viability of map modes in certain tournaments. This is, in my eyes, a perfectly fine map. It's one of the more balanced Clan Blitz maps, since Clan Blitz has quite the dichotomy of either really good maps or really terrible maps. Like, you've got the difference between a Museum d'Alfonsino and a Hammerhead Bridge. Scorch Gorge is like the healthy middle ground, where mid is very well balanced, and attackers and defenders don't really have a distinct advantage at any point other than getting wipeouts. Ultimately, it just depends on the skill level of the team and how well they know how to play around the map's layout, especially with the pillar in mid, which is AoE heaven, basically. It's fascinating to see the playstyles people use on this map. There are no 2 similar games on Scorch Gorge Clan Blitz, especially with the removal of Crack and Cheese.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I was about to mention Crack and Cheese, how it was kind of ruining this map mode specifically. I didn't really see much of Crack and Cheese except on this map mode.
Yeah, I think the specific reason for that The specific reason for that, in my eyes, is because the map is so small and the path from basket to basket can be basically skipped entirely if you drop off of the right side of plat. It makes for a very, very short Kraken jumping experience.
Did not think of that. I'm excited to see how this one's gonna go after that got completely removed. Now, having the person using Kraken have to give super jumps at the spot where it started.
We're going to get straight into it. Hungry Hen in yellow on the left. Spleef
Ooh.
Narco Redley Slime Sare versus Daffy Denomination on the right. Zero, Lychee Alive, and Dethic. Small amounts of lag on the opening screen.
Just a teeny tiny bit. Don't. just a little. Okay, we see an ink rush come out. Is that an undercover?
It's interesting, like fascinating comp choices already.
That's an undercover, brother.
There's also distinctly a lack of AoE on both teams apart from like the torpedo of the Wiper on the side of Daffy Domination.
This should be a very, very interesting map.
Bush already claiming the pillar in mid, getting picked off immediately by the NZAP on the side of Daffy Domination. Very stalwart opening. People just swarming around the pillar and opening crab up on the side of Hungry Hen.
Whoa. That's a crab tank. Pop your cooler. There you go.
Cooler down on the ramp to the side of Daffy Domination, being rushed down by the NZAP trade.
And narco trading.
Yeah. Very
trying to push up.
Wiper flank with a hammer getting 2 hits on the side of Daffy Domination. Daffy Domination have a large advantage as of right now, the recall of the Inkjet as well. And now they can force some points here if they play their cards right. However, the Ink Rush in a perfect position to get 3 down on the side of Daffy Domination. Hungry Hen now on... Daffy Domination still managing to score, however, which is interesting. The ballpoint is up on the side of Hungry Hen, trying to hold space and stall the basket for as long as possible. But 46 points down like that, more to come on the side of Daffy Domination.
Yikes.
Hungry Hen need to get specials to get back into the match here.
Hungry Hen seems to be a little bit locked out here. But slowly are picking off Daffy Domination.
However, the Clam's still being able to stall the basket out. But it looks like the push here for Daffy Domination is going to end, despite they still got specials, so they're going to have a very, seemingly easy defense at the minute. The Zap does go down, however. They don't have any Tacticooler. The hammer is out. Getting 1 down. But being picked up by the crab.
And Zero does this belief on the Stamper.
Reef Slider up on the side of Daffy Domination, but being cancelled mid-slide.
You just see this Stamper going around trying to pick somebody off with those verticals. Will we see
Undercover running across the grates. Bold strategy on a map like this, especially with a Stamper who can so easily jump up and vertical flick you into the afterlife. 2 down again on the side of Daffy Domination. Hungry Hen can start to think about making a push here. However, they do need to be careful of Daffy Domination's hammer and Reef Slider, which can instantly shut down any push. 2 down to a single hammer flick. The Brush being able to clean up afterwards, though. 3 down on the side of Hungry Hen now. Daffy Domination reversing the situation quite easily. However, they've not gained much space in mid because of the Stamper being able to hold the NZAP in the corner. Engaging with the Crab Tank now.
That Crab Tank again.
2 down
Canceling
on the side of Daffy Domination. An awkward position for Daffy Domination. Hungry Hen can take more and more space as it goes on. And with the Killer Whale up now, they've got room to move.
Too confident.
With a counter Trizuka. The NZAP with extremely strong mechanics, being able to evade literally everyone running at them, but they have to go down eventually.
That movement was incredible.
Okay, right now, Daffy Domination using the space made from the failure of the push to rebuild specials, trying to force anything to get in with, to try and extend their lead any further, or even to just chip away at the penalty. However, they are 2 down again, leaving just the Wiper and Undercover we've seen so far, using the Reef Slider to try and buy space, but ultimately dying to the Killer Whale.
Very unfortunate.
And 2 down, it's just piece by piece for Daffy Domination, they're currently falling apart. 3 down, the late Wipe almost.
Crab tank.
Yep, however, Hungry Hen do only have 2 players up and they don't have a power clam at the minute, besides the pity clam they got from the first push. So they're still going to need to play quickly to get clams. It ultimately depends on holding Daffy Domination currently in their base. They do have the clam up. They just need picks now, and then they can score and fight back through this game. And the tactical being up as well. However, the Ultra Stamp getting 3, forcing Hungry Hen to reconsider their push.
Mopping the floor.
And taking a lot of space on the retake.
Yikes.
Typically in a game like this as well, where you see the undercover, you wouldn't expect there to be such a strong play.
Oh, absolutely.
Hungry Hen trying to hold space, trying to force a push now because they need a power clam to get in. They do still have their pity and 1 clam underneath basket. They've got 2 clams up now and a tech cooler underneath the basket. This is their chance to win the game. They are in overtime. The Reef Slider to counter the clam.
Overtime.
2 down on the side.
It goes down.
Daffy Domination.
Power clam in.
But
Bleep down.
they need to hold the space. Hungry Hen need picks here. And
down.
with the amount of space they have now, it's looking like the win is
it's
completely
over.
off the table. And that's game 1 to Daffy Domination.
Hungry Hen had a very good push at the end, but just lost it.
They needed a push like this to come earlier. It felt like they were too hesitant to push up at certain points in the game. And their special usage was fine, but it was nothing on the scale of Daffy Domination's hammers and Reef Sliders, which were just constantly fighting back against everything they tried. At the minute, going to marquee zones, I would be interested to see any potential comp changes, because I feel like Daffy Dominator comp here, like, it works again in a very similar way. They've got the zone cheese with the Reef Slider, they've got Ultra Stamp to get picks off for anyone who remains, they've got a Trizuka, which is obviously the strongest asterisk special in the game right now, and then obviously they've got the Zap with the high paint output and the Tacticooler.
What's with that asterisk?
I feel like Trizuka still needs the cooler to properly function, as does most every weapon in the game in general.
Yeah, it's because of cooler meta.
Yeah.
Coming from a cooler main.
Yeah, I would be interested.
Cooler is very needed.
I would be interested to see if any teams end up running a coolerless comp today, especially in a tournament where you have so little time to prepare. Because to play a set against a cooler while coolerless, you need insane coordination and confidence on retakes. And you're less likely to have that if you've been practicing together since teams were announced on Wednesday. Well, Friday. They were announced on Friday, I think. Were they announced on Friday or on Thursday? I don't remember how this worked.
I don't know when they were announced. All I know is today's Saturday and I'm home.
Yeah. Anyway, the point of the tournament is you have very little time to prepare, but you use the time you can, get used to your teammates, and then you are thrown into the Gladiator ring. And in this case, the Gladiator ring is a pool ring, a pool floaty.
Yeah, you get a pool noodle as your weapon.
Yep. I mean, that's essentially what the Wiper is. Anyway, game 2.
Game 2, Hungry Hen, Daffy Dominator.
Currently match point for Daffy Dominator. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going into this game, or if Hungry Hen can find a way to counter the comp. Slight change up on the side of Hungry Hen. Daffy Dominator playing very similar. Yep. They've swapped out the Wiper for Octo Shot here, interestingly.
I think Tri-Strike work here better than Ultra Stamp. So I agree with this change.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential now with the comp for chip damage, especially with the undercover. However, the squeezer goes down on the side of Daffy Domination. Hungry Hen having room to move forward, getting a wipeout immediately, 20 seconds into the game, and they have full map control already. The amount of space they've taken in such a short amount of time is incredible. And with the Reef Slider cancel as well, like, they're playing a very staggered game, Daffy Domination currently. Hungry Hen have more and more room. However, that's a 3 down on the side of Hungry Hen.
And now the water dropped.
The map has opened up. You can now enter the zone from more angles, which Hungry Hen are using to their advantage to retake the zone. 2 down on the side of Daffy Domination. Hungry Hen once again pushing them back up to their plat. Daffy Dominator need to regroup here, get specials, and try and wall out any possible specials like the Trizuka we've just seen picking the undercover Brella. 2 down again.
I feel like Leche was the only hope there.
They do have the Daffy Dominator have deployed the Tri-Strikes though, so they might be able to paint the zone and stall for just some more time while they try to regroup here. No Zipcaster.
Oh, there's the cap.
And there's the cap, presumably from the distraction. Cooler up on zone as well. They can play to hold this, they just need the picks. However, it looks like the picks are going to the side of Hungry Hen as of right now. 2v2 situation. Hungry Hen managing to cap the zone somehow to stall points and give 14 penalty points on the side of Daffy Domination.
Ooh, we see Tri-Strike ready to be popped any second now. Oh, and
they're holding them
Daffy
to potentially stall the zone as long as possible. Trying to force right drop here, which is an interesting strategy. The Stamper attempts to fall left, but is instantly picked off by the Octo Shot. And now the push is extremely staggered, especially with the Reef Slider, which picks two. Hungry Hen are currently still on the back foot. That's 3 down. That's a delayed wipe. And now they have to really think about how they're going to get back in here, because they can't just force this. 2 down again on the side of Hungry Hen. They need specials. They need picks. They need some entrance tool. And it looks like they're not going to find that, as they constantly are 2 down. They don't have a way to cycle specials. But it is a 2v2 now. Paint is questionable on the zone. Maybe? It is possible to cap here. It's 1 point remaining, but
never mind.
Daffy Domination take a second game, and therefore the set 2-0 to Daffy Domination. Crab, what were your thoughts on that game?
This was a good set. Very close on that Mahi game as well.
The last second neutral from Hungry Hen, putting some hope into the game before being swiftly shot down by Daffy Domination's rapid paint.
It gave me hope. It gave me hope. I was holding it. And then I kind of dropped it a little bit.
I mean, that's what they did with the zone, honestly. It's so fascinating to see an undercover play their specials so well on a map like this, and like being able to work around the weapons, chip damage, and quote-unquote paint output, despite not having much of it. They're able to use that to its strengths, and it shows with the Reef Sliders that set.
No, was not expected at all. Of all Reef Slider weapons to run, I was expecting maybe an S-Blast, maybe a Tetra Dually. Undercover was a very bold pick, but I loved it. I loved every second of that.
And that's quite a common theme throughout tournaments like this. People show up with the most insane weapon pools. Like, I've been on teams with Reflux 1 tricks and people who play like such different weapons, like, as an example, like a Lunar Blaster and an E-Liter. Like, everything like this is possible. You can play any weapon and win this tournament.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was on a team last season where we decided it would be a good idea to just kind of. We were already here's a little story. We were already down 2-0 in a set. It was play all 3, and we just kind of decided, you know what? We're gonna run double Clash, double Junior.
That's awesome. That's so many splat bombs.
And we wound up winning the game.
The most seemingly meme comps are capable of packing some insane punch. Like if you play a comp with Quad Torpedo, for example, the amount of chip damage you can get from that is ridiculous.
Quad Torpedo is scary. Don't do that.
Yeah, any comp you play can work in most settings, unless you end up playing something ridiculous like Quad Squiffer.
Don't do Quad Squiffer.
That's just not a good idea.
As you mentioned earlier, I feel like the reason that works is because teams have such little time to repair. They don't know what they could run into. They don't have time to analyze every single other player in the bracket and what they could possibly play and how to counter that.
Yeah, I feel like on sign-up this tournament is a flex player's dream, since they can so easily adapt to the weapons that other teammates want to play. If you have a wide weapon pool and can play a variety of different comps and different weapons to your advantage, you can so easily use that to make the tournament easier for everyone else on your team and just demolish everything in your path.
Absolutely. It's very, very interesting how it works, because if you have a player who can both play something like, I don't know, V-Shot, and then you have a Zekofin as well in their weapon pool, they can do whatever they want, basically.
They can
if you don't
so
have an anchor,
easily
you go
adapt.
Zekofin. If you use it, go finish. You have an enter, you go V-shot. It's pretty simple.
And it makes for some really interesting team building activities. Like, for example, in Danger to Gold on 43, when I played it, we ended up being seeded with 3 different blaster players. So we all ended up playing different weapons in the same vague pool. Like, we all had, like, obviously blaster as one of our weapons, but it was like, I can play machine, and this person can play V-shot and stuff like that, and you can still easily build around something like that. It just ultimately depends on how comfortable you are with changing weapons, and that's a great quality to have in a tournament like this where you're signing up alone, since you can't control the teammates you get.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That's just 3 blaster, but how does that happen?
I feel like the priority in the sign-up form was slightly different, so they obviously didn't put blaster as their first choice, which in that case they probably wouldn't have done that. But,
oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah. I feel like it's safe to assume that when you sign up, you should put your weapons in order of which ones you want to play, because then you're going to be most likely seeded in the team where you can play your first choice weapon.
True. I feel like that should be like common sense. Like, okay, what weapons can I play? And you think automatically of the weapon you play the most. Like, for example, I would be NZAP. So I'm like, what weapon? Oh, NZAP, obviously. So I put that in V-shot, and then like N-Splash, something else. I feel like it just goes in that order mentally.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you have to play such a passive weapon in a comp like this, where every weapon is viable. You are like your team's sacrificial lamb.
That's a crazy statement. Sacrificial lamb, I love that.
Yeah, in Splatoon 2, I was an NZAP player, so I was the one spamming armors for the team. I know how it feels to play weapons like this. Obviously, with the recent buff, it's obviously better at fighting.
There's a difference. Cooler and armor. Armor is disgusting.
Yes, I'm a blaster main. I'm aware of how awful it is to fight.
Cooler, however. I love Cooler.
Cooler's great. It's obviously still problematic because of how strong it is and how you absolutely really need it most of the time to play anything.
Who cares if it's problematic? That stupid refrigerator is my baby girl.
I mean, fair enough. I still think the icon on you're looking at it in the top right of the screen, it looks like a Moai statue.
I have to look at that now.
I feel like that's quite an important thing to point out. I think I tweeted that when I first saw you.
I need to turn on.
This game's design philosophy is so interesting, especially when comparing the beta designs to modern designs.
Definitely. Now, hang on. Okay, Splatoon 3. Now I'm opening my Switch, trying to see if you're right or not, because this changes everything if you are.
If you're wondering, by the way, why we don't talk about comp in between sets, it's because stuff like this is so much more fun. You can this is a platform to talk about anything in between. Like, obviously we're going to focus and lock in when we're watching a set, but you can kind of just screw about in between sets, and I feel that's a quality that is sorely lacking.
Where do you see a Moai statue?
This is something that I will have to explain afterwards. I can draw an outline in MS Paint.
You might be crazy. Moai. I'm like thinking, trying to picture it in my head, and it's not showing up. Oh no. Oh, I don't like this. It kind of looks like, you know Squidward's house from SpongeBob?
Yes.
It kind of looks like that.
Do I have news for you? Squidward's house is a Moai statue.
No, it's not. Wait, no, you actually have to be lying about that.
I think you should look at it. I think you'll be severely either disappointed or shocked or horrified.
There's no way. Squidward's house is a Moai. That just does not compute. There's a syntax error. I'm like a calculator.
Yeah.
Squidward house. Oh my god.
I ruined everything.
Why would you do this?
It's stuff like this that is just fascinating. I don't know how else to describe it. This Squidward's house is a tacticooler.
No, don't say that.
That it's a horrifying thing, but it's like how ketchup is a sports drink.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's made of fruit, it's made of tomato, and it's got like 20% sugar in it.
I have a bottle of Gatorade right next to me. This does not...
I like the impression that's just a bottle of Heinz next to you.
You have a point. But I don't like that you have a point.
The world is full of patterns for those with eyes to see.
You're... Like, did you know that NZAP is based off of,
The Zapper.
yeah, like that.
And like how the S-Blast is based off of the Nintendo Blaster.
Yeah, exactly. What else? What else is there? The Squiffer is based off of, what is it, like laundry detergent or something?
A bottle of Windex.
Yeah, same thing. I could dump a bottle of Windex into my washing machine and my clothes will come out just fine.
That's the power of the Squiffer. I can see why people like Jade main it.
What else? What else? So now I'm trying to figure this out. What other references are there?
I'm gonna just look at the list of weapons.
That's a really good point. The Splat Roller is based off of a paint roller. Who would have
That's
guessed?
insane. There are some strange things. I mean, you'll never guess what the slushing machine is based off of.
Oh my god. Is it a lamp? It's gotta be a lamp, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, look at me. I'm so smart. I'm
Yeah.
like I'm a genius.
We're getting there.
Here's one I actually like did not know until like a while, like not too long ago, like not a while ago. The squeezer is based off of a champagne bottle, and I don't know how I
You're
catch that.
popping your champagne.
I don't know how I didn't catch that.
There's a few fascinating design choices.
Enough about design choices. How do you pronounce Mako Mart?
I'm British. This is a terrible, terrible question to ask me. Because it is Mako Mart here.
Mako Mart?
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah, it's certainly a pronunciation. I'm sure that the Brits in chat can rise up and back me up here.
No, because it's either Mako Mart, Mako Mart. Wait, wait.
I'm just not as posh as the average British person.
Yeah.
I just say Mako Mart.
Mako Mart, Mako Mart, or Mako Mart. So there's 3 now? I'm gonna cry.
I mean, Marco and Mako are basically one and the same.
They're the same thing pretty much, because they're both basically British, but like, no. One sounds fancier, the other one...
Yeah, one sounds like... I'm trying to think of what the US equivalent would be, I wouldn't know, but in the UK that's like comparing a Waitrose to an Aldi.
Comparing Costco to a Walmart.
Is Costco really that high-end? I'm interested.
I consider it as high-end, because I love going to Costco.
The UK has its own Costco. It's quite strange.
Define quite strange.
I mean, it's very similar in concept. I think it's essentially the same thing where it's like a warehouse full of basically just pallets of whatever you want. You can buy ridiculous things like gallons of yogurt if you really want to.
Oh, yeah, no, there's like... Last time I was in Costco, you could get like a 5-gallon tub of toothpaste or something.
Yeah, But it feels strange when you go into a shop like that and you see like a fully inflated like pool floaty hanging on the wall next to like the collection of Minecraft tutorial books. It feels like nothing's organized.
I would buy that floaty. That's a Minecraft floaty.
Potentially, I'm not sure. Isn't
Next
Costco high-end because you're buying in bulk? That's a great question.
What was the question?
In chat, isn't Costco high-end because you're buying in bulk?
I mean, kind of.
It depends on how far in bulk you're buying.
It does. It really does. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's say, like, you can go to Walmart and you can get, like, a 30-pack of, like, Welch's fruit snacks. Like, if I buy that, that's like, decent. Like, now I have 30 packs of fruit snacks. Like, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
But, like, if I go to Costco, there could be, like, a 240-pack of those same fruit snacks for, like, maybe $2 more.
You can buy anything in a Costco.
You can buy anything in a Costco.
I feel like it's truly one of the places where if it was fully locked down and, like, everyone else had died, you could live... Like assuming you could, for some reason, live forever, you could probably live for a couple hundred years off of just the supplies in a Costco.
You could. You absolutely could. I think Matt Pat made a video on it. If you could live in a
he did a regular grocery store with no electricity and whatever. But I feel like in a Costco you could probably live for longer because they probably have actual gardening supplies. They have things that would make life enjoyable as well. Like, the amount of, like, games that you have in there, like, I remember at one point going into a Costco and seeing, like, a small basketball hoop. And obviously they're going to sell basketballs somewhere. You can get away with doing basically anything in there.
Exactly.
It's like the same logic of you could live in an IKEA.
I mean, yeah, you could, but, like, you would need food.
Most IKEAs near, like, in the UK have, like, a cafe or a bistro.
I'm actually dumb. I forgot about that. I haven't been to an IKEA in like years. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Also, in a Costco, sometimes they have those like, you know when you like go outside, like sometimes one of your neighbors has that like playground set up in their backyard.
Yes.
They literally sell those inside the Costco.
Yeah, but it's the sort of thing where it's like they'll have it fully assembled and just hanging on the wall.
Exactly. And I don't know how they do it. Do they bring like a crane into the building to put that up? Because they have to it and then put it up somehow.
I like the idea they have like a small cherry picker, they roll it in, they elevate someone and they start assembling it sideways on the wall.
Oh my god. That's awesome.
There's a few different ways they could go about it. Also, if it's sideways and on the wall, you can still climb. That's still climbable.
It's climbable. It's just you could die, but
you could, but it's worth it.
Exactly, it's worth it. If you go down the slide, sure, you face plant into the concrete floor whenever the floor is made out of a Costco, but like still.
If it's hanging on the wall, either you're sliding straight up the wall, which doesn't work, or you're sliding down something and then you just keep going. Further and further.
That sounds like something I'd do.
Yeah, and typically the floors in Costco are like concrete or tarmac, which is not ideal.
Not pleasant, no.
Yep. Especially not from the height that some of those things are hanging on the wall. I don't think... people at home, do not climb on Costco walls and slide down the slides there.
Do not try this at home.
Yeah. Don't try it in a Costco either. Let's be clear. Just don't
you can
try
it at home. Don't try it in a Costco.
I mean, you can try it at home if you have the right safety precautions and you're supervised by paramedics and whatnot. But I don't think they hire paramedics for in a Costco.
I don't. Do they? Wait, what if someone like breaks a bone in a Costco? Do they?
Typically, you'd call an ambulance.
But like, what if like in the back, like of the bakery section,
it's one of the things they sell.
They just have like an EMT.
They sell a personal paramedic assistant.
That's something not good.
Yeah, we're in strange territory at the minute.
Um,
We'll have round 2 at some point soon, and then we can give up on our Costco adventures.
we're talking about Costco after round 2.
We can just keep going. There's nothing stopping us unless
There-
DGEM
there-
comes in and physically removes us from the call.
That would be funny though.
It would be. The DGEM colonizes the call we're currently in. No more Costco.
DGEM takes over the Costco.
Yeah, Costco goes bankrupt solely through DGEM's influence.
No.
This conversation is so strange.
You ever been to the Costco food court area?
I don't know if that's a thing in the UK. That's something for me to look up.
They have like pizza, hot dogs.
Yeah,
I think
the
churros.
the one Costco that I've been to in the UK, it had a cake baking service.
It had like they make the cake, or you make the cake in the Costco.
As in, they make the cake. It's like the custom cakes. Well, quote unquote custom. It's like you can get custom text on cakes from a Costco.
Yeah, no, they have those in America too.
Yeah. I don't know about a food court though. As in,
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing one. There probably was one there.
It's like right at the entrance. Like I know the Costco I usually go to. It's like right on the left to the front doors.
Yeah.
Because you walk in, you turn left, and they have like big signs. It's like usually a corner area. It's like big signs above like a huge counter register type deal where they have like huge pizza slices, foot-long hot dogs, and like churros, pretzels, ton of stuff. It's really good. The cookies there are good too.
Okay. I feel if there was a food court in the Costco that I've been to, it was probably like when you enter, it was probably on the far right side. And it's like you enter, you go up the left side, and then you enter properly, and then start looking at rafts and whatever else you do in a Costco.
Rafts. That's an interesting thing to look for as soon as you go into a Costco.
Yeah, I don't know what you need.
You park your car, you go into the Costco, and you're like, I'm gonna buy a raft today.
In Costco, you offer all of your kayaking needs.
But only your kayaking needs.
Yeah, nothing else. They don't actually sell anything else. They just sell kayaks and life vests.
And occasionally fishing rods. It depends on what time of the day you go.
Yeah.
If it's after 6 p.m., they have the fishing rods.
And after 6 p.m., they go out and start doing the fishing.
Yeah, that's why they have the fishing rods, so you can join them.
It's actually all the paramedics they had in that one room.
Why are we talking about Costco again?
I don't know. This is just how it developed. I feel this came from what I was talking about, how you pronounce Mako Mart.
Oh yeah. And then wait. Oh, we were talking about like
it was Costco and Walmart.
Fancy accents, fancy way to say Mako Mart, and then you brought up the Aldi and whatever, the other store.
Yeah.
And then I said Walmart and Costco, now we're here.
Yeah, we got to this point, which is fascinating.
It's something. Honestly,
It really is.
I don't know.
It is strange how we can go down such a rabbit hole from literally nothing interesting.
To Costco.
Yeah.
They have like what's the word? Like rip-off Costco's like everywhere. Because I know there's like this one store DJs,
Yeah,
where
so
it's just
shops
wanna
that
be
do
Costco.
similar things.
It's just wannabe Costco.
Yeah,
but like
but they-
not Costco.
Yeah, they can never beat the prices.
It's Costco but red. And I don't like red. Red is a very weird color. We don't
the sudden change is awesome. We're going to start talking about like color theory for another 10 minutes now.
Hell yeah. Oh, let's do that.
I mean,
What's your favorite?
my name is quite close to a color.
Is it your favorite color?
I would say that green is quite a good color. There was discourse on Twitter a while back of like, someone saying that they love greens, and it was like one specific hue of green that
That's
was like
yellow.
people
I only
called
like
nice.
this one specific hex code of a yellow.
Yeah, there are some really utterly disgusting colors, but that's just how it is. They can't all be good.
What's an example of a disgusting color?
It's like you go in between yellow and green, and then you make it really, really dark. And
So,
you have... If I had a color picker, I would just do it.
am I
It's
allowed
like-
to swear?
I have no idea. That's a really good question.
Are we allowed to swear? Hang on, I need to ask DJM now.
Yeah, this is an important question. This could decide many future sets. I just won't out of caution.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. We don't want to ruin the chat for anyone. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're not allowed to. Be careful with your words.
No, that's like part of my brand. So here, I'll phrase it like this. So it's just like a crappy color.
Yeah. And I believe we are having the next set now, or any second now.
Finally! It only took 2 years.
Yep.
Guarded
GG
Gap
versus
Brief
BB.
Bond.
And this is a round 1 replay. Okay. I feel like this is because the bracket's taking too long. The Lunar Blaster on the side of GG. I'm not going to say my biases.
No, say your biases. Say your biases. I know
He's
your
like
biases.
my best friend. What am I supposed to say? And then double Zuka on the side of.
Ew.
Hang on. Which team? My colors are. There we go. The colors are sorted now. I think.
Brief bonding.
Maybe. The colors are flipping back. Okay, yeah. GG is in the purple. BB is in the yellow.
Nope, I'm okay. Guarded Gap has a. No. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
The colors.
Brief bonding has a Luna?
Yes.
Okay.
Double Zuka on the side of Guarded Gap. 3 down immediately.
I don't know what happened to that.
Oh, there's the graph. Hello. Brief Bonding have a lot of map control at the minute. It's just quite hard to focus after previous conversations.
Costco.
Costco. Zuka up on the side of Brief Bonding. They're trying to force a lot of
Has an
space here.
inkjet ready.
Squeeze it down
Any-
again on the side of Guarded Gap.
Spamming fizzies.
Yeah.
I just realized double fizzy.
Yeah. There's a lot of doubles in this game. I'm interested to see how they play around it. Guarded Gap forcing the ballpoint back a great distance into their base. They do have backup, however, so it looks like it won't be much of a problem for Brief Bonding.
Ballpoint still has a
Zuka
inkjet, which is a little surprising.
Yeah. I feel like that. Yeah, they're holding that for a better advantage. 3 down on the side of Guarded Gap. Brief Bonding can take a lot of room here. Depends on the squeezer now for defending purposes, but they go down. The ballpoint needs 1 more point for a power clam, but I assume they're just going to put these in now.
Yep.
Inkjet's going to come out here to hold a lot more space.
There's that inkjet I was saying.
Yeah. Instantly taken down by the squeezer in a trade. But they do manage to maintain a lot of their points thanks to the special saver of the Tacticooler. The push is petering out now for Brief Bonding because of the players gradually going down more and more. Their ballpoint going back down again with so many special points as well. Guarded Gap can use this opportunity to take a lot of space and rush up the ramp now.
Oh, definitely. I saw Guarded Gap had popped the Tacticooler. They have
There's a Zuka up
ultrasound
now.
ready.
That
in case they
ultrasound
want-
can do a lot of damage here if they decide to drop. The shot goes down,
There's the
however. Brief Bonding might get away with defending this push. And
could.
getting away completely free. The Dynamo does go down, however. Shot down as well, they're going to be able to force this climb quite easily. Here comes the hammer.
Ooh, there goes the ballpoint.
Yeah, leaving just the Luna to defend the basket right now, and they go down. This is a delayed wipe on the side of Brief Bonding. Guarded Gap can force a lot of points here.
There's that
The mini
Zuka.
does go down. The Zuka being able to force the shot to like lose more of their special again. The power climb goes in, giving Guarded Gap the lead. However, this Inkjet is going to be able to clear up the room for for brief bonding, and they're going to be able to peter out the push here and take back more mid space. However, the squeezer on the pillar in mid is not making it easy for them. They do eventually go down, but they were able to hold that space for a solid 5 seconds at least, and that means a lot in a game of Splatoon. The Luna just invading their plat, getting the shot, but unfortunately going down behind Nest here. Jumps into the pillar on mid. The Dynamo able to zone a lot of space very easily with their horizontal flicks.
Yay, AoE.
Here comes the hammer. Luna again, just rushing onto their flat. 2 picks on the side of brief bonding. Guarded Gap go 4 down. That's a wipeout.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
And they're bringing the power clam as well. There's a lot of potential here.
Jumping in with the cooler, that was.
There's 3 points to go. 1 clam wins the game for brief bonding on the spot. Can they find it? They can. Brief bonding do end up winning the game.
1-0.
An insanely, very well coordinated push at the end of the game, making it very, very simple for brief bonding.
That was beautiful.
Slight bit of worry when the hammer came out at the end to try and force them out, but they were unable to pick off the last clam carrier, and they were able to dunk that for a final 3 points.
So, while we're waiting,
Yeah.
what's your favorite product Costco sells?
It's hard to choose because your option is everything on the planet. I don't know if we're going to look at the rest of the set or if we're just waiting for set 2 to be ready.
Nuh-uh. Costco time.
Yeah, Costco. I mean, it helps fill in the dead air while we wait for everything to be done.
Exactly.
The favorite product at Costco is a really hard decision because I've been to a Costco once, so the only things I can think of is what I bought when I was there, which is like just a vat of Greek yogurt and some. I'm trying to think, what else did we even get? We probably got we probably got alcohol or something. Obviously, I didn't have access to that.
Yeah, unfortunate. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I can't drink either.
Yeah. Let's not get into the politics of alcohol. But probably the yogurt. The yogurt was good.
How big was the tub of yogurt?
It looked like a bucket of paint, if that makes sense. It was about that size.
How did you store it in your fridge?
It's a great question. I don't remember.
How did you do that?
I think our fridge is like fridges have removable shelves. I think we literally took the middle shelf off and put it in the bottom, and just stored stuff on top of it as well. You can work around it. Anyway, here we go. They're on Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi Resort now.
This is same teams.
I think the same comp for brief bonding here. Very drastic change up on the side of Guarded Gap.
And a Zinc Mini.
Yeah, Mini and Nautilus on the same team is interesting. I wonder if they're going to be able to play to the strengths of their weapons with Mini being such a good slayer and not being able to hold so much space so easily. The ball point goes down promptly for brief bonding.
Yeah, compared to brief bonding, Guarded Gap has a much more aggressive comp.
Yeah, they also have a lot of range with Ballpoint and Dynamo, and it's going to be interesting to see them play around that on this map specifically. They're going to be able to lock out space a lot easier. Luna here, going down to the Crab Tank. There's 2 down to the Crab Tank. The Crab Tank can force a lot of space here. And they can force everyone off zone. This should be a cap for Guarded Gap. And now they can use the space they've gained to their advantage. The Nautilus going for a pick on the shot, able to get it. And this bubble is going to be absolutely instrumental to holding the zone for now.
Oh, definitely.
Luna running and going straight down to the Nautilus. Guarded Gap just needs specials to hold here.
We do
4 go down. 2v2 situation now. The Mini and the Naut versus the Luna.
Water down.
Not running forwards.
Oh, I thought that was definitely the spring where I was going to land.
Yeah. The Inkjet up on the side of brief bonding. They should be able to use the space that the Inkjet gives them to move forward. The counter crab tank. They're going to be able to pick that off though. Yes, 3 down on the side of Guarded Gap, and brief bonding should be able to cap this with relative ease. And Ends Up isn't going to be doing much to them in this situation. And now it is Guarded Gap who are on the back foot. They do have a lot of time, about a minute's worth of points. And with the Luna standing under the ledge here, there's no way they could. I was about to say, there was no way they can get off in a situation like this, but the Splash able to kill them with just fall off and able to cap the zone with what seems like such ease. And this match has been so back and forth so far. The Luna running in and getting another pick on the side of Brief Bonding. Guarded Gap still being able to hold the zone for now, though. Brief Bonding are running forwards, and it's not going well for them. In this situation, I feel like they should have focused more on the zone. And now, Guarded Gap have another 40 points before the end of the game. The Inkjet goes down as well. The hammer goes down as well to the Nautilus. The Nautilus with 3 down, the triple from the Nautilus. But they go down to the Zuka. This Zuka needs more picks. This Zuka needs more picks from the Sigma Zone, and that's a delayed wipe on the side of Brief Bonding. Surely they can't get back in time because of the crab tank.
Nope. Yeah,
and that's game. We're going to be going to a game 3.
Wait.
Crab Leg Capital Rainmaker, if I remember correctly.
I'm incorrect. Guarded Gap won. I forgot. My mistake, original.
My mistake, original gangster.
No, this cannot be forgiven. Now I'm to the Commentator of Pantaloons. Alright.
Round 2 up soon. Hopefully one day. I wonder if will we actually get to see game 3 for the set? Will we get to see how the set ended?
I hope. I want to see a crab leg match.
I would like to see a crab leg match as well, because crab leg Rainmaker is basically a purely team coordination based map. If you get a solid defense on the map, the opposing team can do nothing to take you down, really. People in chat rallying for game 3.
Game 3, game 3, game 3, game 3.
We'll see if they give it to us.
Chat's gonna riot.
However, I do think specifically Acing in chat, who is rioting for this, is biased because he is the Luna that was playing that set.
Oh.
Are we getting it? We get the set. We get game 3.
It.
No spoilers though. Splash instead of the Luna for Brief Bonding, which is interesting. The Pro and the Jet coming out on the side of Guarded Gap. This is such an intense, this is an insane change of weapons.
Vanilla Pro.
Yeah. The Dynamo swapping to Range Blaster is fascinating.
How does this work?
I don't know. However, again, I know the playstyle here quite well from Brief Bonding, because again, I'm friends with 2 of them, and I coach the range.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, on the opening so far, not much has happened. The Pencil is very aggressive in holding mid-space. They do take the Rainmaker, which is an interesting choice, considering the Toxic Mist was put up. However, the Rainmaker managing to survive in pit somehow.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Throwing themselves off the side of the map for some reason.
We take it.
Pencil's still holding a lot of room here for Brief Bonding, being able to zone out the space on this map so easily, considering how small of a map Crab Leg is. However, the Rainmaker is in such an awkward position for both teams that any team that goes to pick it up will be at a disadvantage for a short amount of time, simply because they have to move the Rainmaker out of the pit that it's in.
Alright, yeah.
I'm interested to see whichever team takes it. 2 down on the side of Brief Bonding, such an effective Zuka. However, they do stall the Rainmaker in the pit further, just being able to buy a tiny bit more time for them to regroup and get their specials. Looks like Guarded Gap are going to get the checkpoint though.
We get the checkpoint.
Now it's a game of getting specials on the side of Brief Bonding. If they're able to force people off of the point where the Rainmaker is, then they're able to things quite easily. However, 2 do go down without specials on the side of Guarded Gap. Brief Bonding are able to take a lot more space here.
Keep in mind, Brief Bonding does have a crab tank ready that can be used at any point.
I feel like they're going to use that to try and force a checkpoint. However, the shot does go down the side of Brief Bonding, so if Guarded Gap are able to pick off the Rainmaker here, which it looks like they will do because they're in such an awkward position, and the Zuka's up as well, there it goes, that I don't see Brief Bonding getting many points anytime soon with coordination like this.
No, they might. I hold out hope. I still hold out hope.
I hold the hope.
I don't know what Range is doing, though.
Yeah, they need to readjust their gameplay at the minute. The Rainmaker is probably going to reset in this position. Range trying to play around the left wall, trying to zone away people from the Rainmaker shield.
Yeah, there's their...
That's a delayed wipe on the side of Guarded Gap. Brief Bonding are able to force points here. It depends on which way they're going. Looks like they're going to take it left side, as of right now. They're moving along the grates, never mind. And they get picked off by the Zuka as they climb the podium, meaning that Guarded Gap are holding onto their lead for dear life at the minute.
Still 1 down to Guarded Gap, though.
Yeah.
2 down. 2 now.
Brief Bonding can use this to their advantage. The issue is right. Oh, here it goes. There's the dunk. And
Guarded Gap is slowly going down.
Yeah. With the Crab Tank up as well, Brief Bonding have a lot of pressure up at the minute. They pop it. They do take the lead, even if they do get picked off promptly by the ball point. This is a really strange position. Not ball point, heavy edit, my bad. This is quite a strange position. Guarded Gap realistically need to drop this off to prevent anyone sharking in and stealing the Rainmaker from them, or they can let it reset and just defend this with their lives.
You will never see another game like this on Crab-like Rainmaker. Actually, right.
Yeah, this is fascinating so far. Guarded Gap winning the pop quite easily. All of Brief Bonding ganging up on right side to try and... I just think the plan is range aiming for the heavy edit.
Oh, okay.
1 down each side. Guarded Gap flanking and taking the lead by 10 points.
Wow.
Brief Bonding need to readjust the way they're playing now as well. The thing is with Crab-like Capital is that you need to force... You can either go top right, which is you're much more likely to win the game if you go top right, especially with extra picks. 1 down on each side. Or you can run left, you can rush left and force more points. That way faster, but you're more likely to die. But that's a wipeout on the side of Brief Bonding. Guarded Gap still have a lot of room to work with here.
Section Bomb just barely missed the Rainmaker shield. We do see that Wave Breaker come down right there.
Unable to mark anyone that's deployment. Range picking off the heavy edit. No more coolers for the side of Guarded Gap for the time being. They're able to hold back the position quite strongly as well. Aiming for the Jet Squelcher. Are they going to get the pick here? Do they? They do! And another pick on the shot. That's 3 picks in a row for the Range Blaster. That's opened up the position a lot for the team of Brief Bonding. Just the Pro up. The Pro has gone down. That's a delayed wipe. They're able to force a lot of points here. It's looking like this will be the end of the game. And with the Rainmaker in such an awkward spot, 15 points. Guarded Gap in the time that is allocated in overtime, just the 1 minute they have with the Rainmaker, they have to push all the way to 15 points on the opposite side of the map without the Rainmaker dying.
This seems possible.
Yeah, 15 is very, very possible, but it depends on getting like 3 wipeouts in a position like this, which is no mean feat, especially since 20 seconds of their time is already gone. They don't have much long left.
However, Guarded Gap does have the specialist to do with it. Have a Crab Tank, a Zuka, and a
It's consistently a 3v4 so far. Oh, another pick on the side of Brief Bonding, but the pick and Brief Bonding doing it, winning the set. What a game.
Brief Bonding.
Such an interesting game. The Range Blaster at the end there running forwards and being able to so cleanly pick off the Rainmaker in an instant. It's very solid team play from both teams.
Mad respect that Blaster.
Yeah, very, very like calm and collected, even at such a late point in the set. Brief Bonding are going to now run with these points throughout Swiss. They should be able to get a very solid placement if they keep up gameplay like this.
Definitely. You had mentioned a little bit into the game the 2 routes of Crab-like Capital being the right side, which you're more likely to win the game, and then the left, which is faster with points, but it's easier to pick off your opponents.
Yeah.
I feel like that perfectly describes the difference between solo queue and team play. Team play is more so like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, like communicating with your opponents, and then you go right, and you actually manage to get through. On left, it's more just solo queue. You don't know what your teammates are doing because sometimes they're all the way in the back, and sometimes they're all the way up next to your opponent's spawn. So you just kind of go left trying to get points as fast as you can to end the match because you don't like your teammates.
Yeah, I feel like this is a fascinating dichotomy on a lot of Rainmaker maps, and like the mode of Rainmaker in general, where I feel like, first of all, it's underrated for the amount of team coordination you need to be good at Rainmaker. Like, you need to have you need to be able to adapt to positions quickly. You need to be able to quickly rotate from like point A to point B on a map if your opponents decide to quickly change the path they're pushing.
Oh, 100%.
But again, with the like left path and right path difference on Crab, like I feel like that's a thing on quite a lot of maps. Like another good example of that is Undertow, where if you push left Like, obviously, it's a lot safer. You're much more likely to get You're much more likely to get more points if you play slower and move left. However,
Especially with the
pushing right
rework
is
map as well, having that that what used to be the slick area on the left side now paintable.
yeah. But the other side of the coin is that you can push on the right side, which is considerably faster, even if there is an unlinkable still there. But you go straight past the point where the enemy team spawns, which means you are so easily picked off by going that path.
Not if you use Respawn Punisher and you get a right. See,
a bold play.
This is me promoting E-leaders with Respawn Punisher.
This is me promoting all weapons with Respawn Punisher. You should play Respawn Punisher on everything. Make your opponents play the game less.
Tetras.
Exactly. Respawn Punisher
You play the
sploosh.
game.
The world is your oyster. Or your power clam, depending on the mode. Yeah. I wonder how long it'll be before round 2 starts, because what we've just witnessed is 2 different round 1 sets. We've seen, first of all, in chat we've seen Respawn Punisher on Carbon. Absolutely not.
Ew.
Stop, please. This is not allowed. We saw like a 2-0 from what appeared to be quite a dominant set of coordination from the
5 games without a round 2.
Yeah. The amount of coordination we've seen in these sets are no mean feat for how little time each team we've seen so far has had to prepare. Especially, I'm going to check when the teams were announced, so I do get this right, so I don't lie to the audience. Teams were announced on Thursday. Okay, good to know. Like,
Thursday.
These teams were announced on Thursday, so they had Thursday evening and then Friday and this morning to prepare for this tournament.
So basically 2 days.
Yeah, 2 days worth. That's not a lot of time to get familiar with the playstyles of your teammates and help them adapt to a thing that works for everyone on the team. You do not have a lot of time playing this tournament, but if you can adapt quickly and are able to form like team ideas for certain maps in like such a short amount of time, you're gonna have a very good shot of winning this tournament, since coordinating in a situation like this is so difficult.
I hope we see another round 1 set.
I think that would be awesome. We should watch all of the round 1 sets.
That would be hilarious, but we do have to get to round 2 at some point.
Yeah, and we would like the tournament to finish before midnight. Midnight GMT at least.
Preferably.
Yeah, so DGM can go and sleep. This is why you shouldn't complain with random nonsense in any help desks. The TOs would like to sleep.
That's a really good point. As a TO myself, please don't complain about random nonsense in help desks.
Yeah. Also, don't go to DMs.
That's very annoying. Especially considering most TOs nowadays literally put the first thing in their bio, like myself. My DM is not a help desk. And we still get DMs asking, hey, am I eligible for this tournament? Hey, how do I enter this tournament? Hey, how do I do this and that? Like, stop it. Just stop. You're not funny. You're weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked over at chat. Chat is insane.
Wow, what's chat saying? I don't have Twitch open. Let me get my iPad out.
A dichotomy of the people in chat, their opinions of Greg.
Greg? Who is Greg?
Greg is me, I think.
Greg. Do I even have Twitch on my iPad? I don't have Twitch on my iPad. Time to go to Safari. Twitch.tv. Search off the dial. Can't spell dial. Now I'm going to be able to look at chat too. This is not it. IDTGA. This isn't it.
I wish I could see the bracket. I'm going to see if I can pull the bracket up on my phone because I'm interested for how things have gone. Also, looking at the teams that were created in like master bracket and whatnot for this tournament, like, the level of players that have signed up is like the minimum that I've seen. Like, despite like the minimum like level that I've seen in Master Bracket is Division like 7 or 8, which is like that's quite still a high level for a tournament where you're signing up solo and it's open to literally every skill level. And typically this being the tournament that people move to as their first tournament. The level of people that still sign up, even in the higher tiers of competitive Splatoon, like your Division 1 players, it's like quite a good testament to how like well run the tournament is.
Oh,
people
totally.
keep coming back to play it more and more. And also how addictive the format is. The format is so fun.
It's very fun. I love playing it, but it's just it's a little bit questionable sometimes how I'm not gonna complain, but it's still a good tournament. We take it. We take these.
Yeah. Especially with the recent ending of not Little Squiddly. It's not Little Squiddly that ended. It's Launch Point Draft Cup. With the end of Launch Point Draft Cup,
I played in closing ceremony of that. I love draft tournaments so much.
Yeah.
But it's just you don't have like a lot of them anymore.
Yeah. If you want to play in a draft tournament, sign up for the next Dangerous to Go Alone. It's essentially at this point now one of a kind, unless you do like if you find a small regional one, like a UK example being like the Melvo Draft Cups and the UK Mafia Draft Cups. Like
I know there's another draft tournament, Spawning Grounds. If you're low level eligible, you can get into Spawning Grounds.
There's a lot of options. This is the most consistent, I feel. Dangerous to Go Alone. We're on the 45th iteration. That says a lot about it as well.
Oh yeah, what was this in Splatoon 2 still?
I think so.
We started in Splatoon 2.
I think they did.
They're calling you Hydra Greg, Oxy Greg.
Yeah, there's a lot of names being thrown around.
Okay, Gregory.
Wow. Wow. That's not even my name.
What? This is shocking.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the conversation to fall back on Costco again. It's the one thing our countries have in common. The one thing that can truly unite the planet is Costco and Costco memberships.
Grenade?
Some insane comparisons.
No, that guy Tame in chat just called you Grenade.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy Tame is, I love you.
Tame is playing in the master bracket of this tournament, I think.
Oh, let's go. Who? Oh, Deathic.
Deathic with the highlighted alphabet.
You were in a set we just commentated and said A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z.
You can't be singing copyrighted songs.
That's a copyrighted song?
No, it isn't. At least if it is, I'm concerned. Who copyrighted the alphabet?
Is the ABC song copyrighted? I need to know.
Bro, I know it absolutely will not be.
Oh no. The ABC song was first copyrighted in 1835 by Boston music publisher Charles Bradley.
I like the impression that we get sued by some random, like, old-time musician that's, like, related to the person that originally wrote it.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, it is public domain.
It's public domain. Okay, we're good. We're okay, guys. We're okay.
We're fine. This is the part of the comms where it's like the weird middle ground between two sets where we're just spouting utter nonsense.
I love this part of comming. It's your birthday?
Nope. Acing is just lying. This is misinformation.
It's your birthday?
Yeah. However, everyone in chat, make sure you go in with Melvo a happy birthday. No, team, stop this.
Happy
This is
birthday,
not
Grant.
allowed.
Happy birthday.
Wow. Thank you.
How old are you turning?
57. I don't know.
Let's go. Everybody in chat, say happy 57th birthday to Gren.
I'm. What is happening? Acing Wet Luna. True. Why did you play Splash in the last set? That's interesting.
Splash.
I mean, a Luna being played in this tournament, again, testament to you can play anything and sign up and do well.
You can play anything.
You can
play.
I'd recommend it being a weapon in the base game. I wouldn't recommend trying to mod your game and playing in this tournament. But the world, you can play anything as long as I don't know the rules for splatter color screen anymore. I think it's banned, although I'm not sure.
Screen? I have to check our rules because I'm decently sure it is.
Yeah, it makes sense if it is. I would be surprised if it isn't.
Oh, my Discord's logged on my iPad. Yay!
This is a message to everyone in chat. Make sure if you do sign up to a tournament, please read the rules before you play in it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Someone in chat says it's if all players are okay with it. Okay, that sounds fair as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. This tournament, its rules are quite interesting. Because obviously it's such a unique tournament. The way you sign up, you get your teams beforehand. You have like no time to practice, and you're thrown straight into it. Also, there's I went in to click on the rules, and I accidentally clicked on the current community competition rules, which you should enter. You should make a meme for Dangerous to Go Alone. It might be put somewhere.
I love looking at them.
I don't. Where do they get put if you win? Hang on.
I believe it's on the website.
Yeah, it might be on the website, which is, it should at some point flash up on the bottom of the screen with the ticker along with the Twitter and the shop where you can go and buy stickers and a mouse mat and other things that are very cool that you should go. And there's a Discord link. The Discord link will also show up occasionally. You should join the Discord. That's how you get links and things to, and that's how you read the rules.
It's also how you join the tournament. You can join the tournament through the Discord. Well, there's a link in the Discord that links you to the official Off a Dial website, otd.inc. Visit the website. You should totally visit the website.
Exactly.
Also, if we're going to talk about merch, let's talk about how if you want to gift some merch to chat, you can. You can go to the product in shop.otd.inc. It was just on the bottom there, bottom of the screen and on the stream. You can go there, and there should be like a little pop-up that you can click to gift it to the Twitch chat. Do that. Be Santa Claus today.
That is also true. I am reading the current chat in the actual server. And there should be a set soon. Soon. We should be getting round 2 soon.
It'll be soon.
Yeah. We won't be stuck in hell. I'm surprised we haven't actually gone into another Costco discussion. We've just been talking about the Costco discussion in general. But we've been able to talk about useful things, like how you should go and support the staff of the tournament and also the artists that work for the tournament by buying the merch from the shop. You get stickers, you get free digital prints and like real prints of various cool designs made by people like Puffu. It's awesome. You should do that.
True.
Exactly. We got it in chat. It's worth 16. Yes, the mouse mat is worth £16.
Yeah, it's worth 16. Yeah. No way you can gift it. You can gift the chat.
I'm gonna check that. I've never seen that before.
You can gift the chat. If you go to shop.otd.inc, if you go to one of the products, for example, Let's go to
Yes, you can.
Let's go to the beanie, for example. If you scroll down a little bit, underneath add to cart, there's an option to gift it to the Twitch chat.
You can do that. I have just seen that.
If you click gift to chat, it gives one lucky person that item absolutely for free, just at the cost of your money.
Yeah. You can give it to someone for free, excluding the cost of your money.
You buy it, but someone else gets it.
Yes. No, there is not Greg merch.
You should do that. You should make someone's day today. Are you being the best you can be today?
Yes, give everyone money. I think that's how we fix a lot of the world's problems.
How did you know? Elon Musk has $200 billion, and there are 8 billion people in the world. He can give each person $1 billion and still have 192 billion left over.
That's so true. That's so true. I can't believe he hasn't done that. That would be
really
wonderful.
makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I don't know how we got to this discussion again.
Someone in chat just asked. Someone in chat just said, "I thought you said is Greg merch."
No, I'm not for sale.
Are you merch?
No, you can get merch by going to the plaza.
Can
He
we
can let you scrub. He can scrub gear.
I shop that OTD.inc.
No, I don't think that would make sense personally.
We should make a Gren marketable plushie.
No, I don't think we should. What I think we should do is get ready for the next set, which should happen very soon.
Hopefully.
I've been at it again. No, I'm not making merch.
Can I buy Greg? Thank you, Ace.
Yeah, dangerous to go alone Costco merch. We should you should sell a Costco poster. I'm sure there's definitely some legal complications with that.
Nah, there can't be. Gren marketable plushie one. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I don't no.
I'll make a crowd leg marketable plushie if anyone wants to buy that.
Just a plushie of the map.
Yeah. It's gonna be like very square like. It's gonna be like it's gonna have height, width, and depth.
Okay, I've just learned. We are not watching round 2. Round 2 is not happening. We're going straight for round 3.
Oh. Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Right. Hopefully soon we will see the game. We will watch the game. We will talk on the game, and then the game will be over, and someone will win the game.
Please sell Gren marketable plushie at Costco. Costco exclusive.
So we've got Daffy Denominator versus Cooked Court. It's going to open on Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, then we're going to flip over to Humpback Pump Track Tower Control, and then we're going to finish off the set with a potential Game 3 on Ramen Clan Blitz.
Cool, by Heart of More in Twitch chat, acing, play Luna, or you're throwing?
True.
No. Okay, never mind.
I'm sure you're a big fan of Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, given how big of a fan you are of Scorch Clams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humpback Tower Control is a very interesting map to have in the pool as well.
All three of the modes are interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot that can go right here, but there's also a lot that can go very wrong, and either way it's going to be a blast to calm this.
Whoever is on...
There's the teams. We're going to be seeing the Undercover again. We're going to be seeing on the team of Cooked Court, Tiatak, Dat, 5, and Qdai. Qdai playing the Clash and the Junior. I'm expecting to see a lot of splat bombs this set. Particularly on a map like Ramen. I assume
is that kid's dad?
Yeah. It's like the situation on 8K Ping, how one of the members of 8K Ping was that member's dad.
Oh yeah! Well, X-Man's dad was on 8K Ping.
Yeah. Which is fascinating to me.
Bro got his dad the Wink Band. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not many people can walk around and say, yeah, my dad is low Wink Band.
Pop Gun.
Except Pop Gun.
PJ can do that. I believe the dad on 8K ping is the oldest person to ever be low ink banned. Although I might be wrong on that. I think it used to be Popgun.
It used to be Popgun, and now I think it's X-Men's dad.
Yeah, I think X-Men's dad was either late 30s or early 40s. I don't remember.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask X-Men himself.
Yeah.
Imagine,
solid primary source.
Imagine just going into someone's DMs one day and just be like, "How old is your dad?"
And then you'd have to take off like a year since they got banned in like what, June, July time.
I'm not sure when.
It was a while ago.
Someone in chat, do you by chance know when 8K ping got low ink ban?
I like the discussion of older tournaments, like the old low inks. I was playing in low inks when ITAP was around, when the Wiggly Phantoms were like struggling to make day 2. It was awesome.
Oh.
When Swiss was a single bracket, stuff like that. I'm interested specifically. Also, this is where we learn that Alive is a squeezer one trick.
Squeezer one trick.
Yeah, the teams going into this, from what I'm seeing right now, on paper, Cooked Court seem to have a stronger set of weapons, but given that we've seen how well the Undercover plays with the Wiper and T-Tech, everything is still up for grabs in this set right now.
There's a chance we see double clash during one of these matches from Cooked Court.
I really hope not.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, Clash Neo. I mean, Humpback Towers in the pool. Things can get very wild on that.
They could.
Also, Cooked Court seems to have so much more flexibility in their comps. Since Daffy Denominator again have a one trick in terms of their squeezer, and like the only backline option they have is Deathic on the ZF. Otherwise, they can't adapt around that much.
What do you mean? T-Tech is the backline.
True. Oh, if only there was a Wiper deco. But again, if Daffy Denominator end up playing with insane pace here, like who's to say what happens in the set? The only way we can find out is if the set starts, which it will, hopefully.
Eventually it will start, and we will be very happy.
Credit to streamers. The job of being a streamer in a tournament is so difficult. I could never. The amount of stress that you have to be under.
That's why I go for commentator. That's why I go for commentary.
Yeah. That's why I go for TO and analysis. Zero is alive? Okay. Message from Deathic. I believe that means they are all in the room, or the room is starting, hopefully in the next 100 seconds.
Let's go, Zero.
Yeah. So, Scorch Rainmaker is how we're going to open this. Again, the chip that we have on both teams is going to be interesting. Hooked Court can play around a lot more AoE, with having Clash Blasters, Range Blasters, Explosher, and they've got a lot to work with here, especially with T-Attack, who has such an insane weapon pool of Shot, 52, and Hydra. There's a lot of wiggle room with comps like this. They have 2 backline options. They can play anything, and they can make like 4 or 5 different comps work minimum. There's a lot they can play for. They have good paint output. Daffy Denominator basically is going to rely on playing fast here. And with a map like Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, it's anyone's game with it being such a balanced map. It also depends on how far you can push after the first checkpoint. Because if you're able to pop the Rainmaker on the first checkpoint after claiming it, you can just run forwards and get another like 30, 40 points. Mm-hmm. And then you just need to pray at that point that that's enough to win the game and start defending. Since getting a second push is so difficult.
Wait a second. I think that dad is actually Dakid's dad. If I'm not mistaken.
That's interesting. I'm actually interested by this now. Do we have a way of verifying this?
I don't know. I went on to Sendu, and I mean...
Okay, the set is starting now, but that kid is on Cooked Court, so that's who we're seeing here. We've got the Clash and the Explo, the custom Explo playing together on the side of Cooked Court, which is going to make this quite interesting, assuming the colours have updated. Yeah, Daffy Denominator. Obviously, we've seen them already. The undercover wiper combo could be extremely strong here. It depends on how I play about it. The Tri-Strike's immediately on opening, trying to open up space. 2 go down the side of Daffy Denominator. Now Cooked Court have a lot of room to move forward in. This is a wipeout on the side of Daffy Denominator already.
About Undercover Umbrella being one of the weapons that are only available.
Yeah, especially being against a Clash Blaster, it's going to be extremely difficult. But the Reef Slider comes out, they're able to force people backwards. That's 2 down on the side of Cooked Court, but they're fighting against a single wiper. The hammer comes out and is able to clean up against the final remaining players. They do have room now to move forwards, but there are jumps in. It depends on if the T-Tech can stay alive now. I assume they have retreated off of the plat. They have indeed. Daffy Denominator now needs to take as much space as they can. But again, cooler up on the side of Daffy Denominator. They can run forwards with this. They need to be very careful of potential sharks. To zero emoting on the Rainmaker for some reason.
Let's go. We love default mid game.
The Explosher applying great pressure on the Rainmaker before they've even bothered to try and leave their plat. Strike's coming to just try and push the Rainmaker around. 2 go down the side of Daffy Denominator. Hooked Court have got 3 down. They can use this space to move forward and potentially force an even greater push. And that kid with the Rainmaker, they have a lot of... It's hard to tell how much room they have here because of how quickly people can move on this map. Undercover flanking to the far right is interesting. And just the undercover up now? That's a wipeout. They get a lot of points here, surely.
That should be a knockout as well.
Potentially. Depends if they get the pick here. Oh, the pick on 1 point. Daffy Denominator are still 2 down though. And that's 3 down. It is the Zap versus the T-Tech here in this situation. They're going to strike the Rainmaker.
Strike though.
There's potentially one more goes down. They're going to dunk. Oh, they picked directly on the edge of the Rainmaker again. Just the Explosher is up now. And presuming that... they're still in their plat, however. Occupying Nest. And they managed to pick the Viper while retreating. Interesting. Cooked Court have pushed to 1. Daffy Denominator now needs to KO to win this game. And on a map like Scorched Gorge, that is so insanely difficult to do.
It really is.
Yeah, but 3 go down the side of Cooked Court. Daffy Denominator are able to force points here. They need to be careful of the splat bombs here from the Clash and the T-Tech though, being able to stall so much time and space. 2 more go down the side of Cooked Court. They should be able to force this checkpoint.
This is 2 very aggressive going at it right now.
Okay, all checkpoints are down. That's a wipe on Daffy Denominator. Cooked Court can move forwards here. Oh no, wait, no, I was looking backwards at the map. No, what has happened? Cooked Court got the wipe on Daffy Denominator, which means they can move forward now. Again, Daffy Denominator playing for space here. They know that they need to pick the Rainmaker, they know that they need to move forward, but with a minute 20 left and the Rainmaker in the pit, this is going to be extremely hard for them to do. However, 3 do go down on the side of Cooked Court. Just the Clash remains. They do have a Trizuka, so they need to be very wary of this. However, they should be able to force a few points just by getting a couple of picks here. The Tetras go down. The Trizuka is out. That's 3 down. Just the hammer remains. And the Splashdown's going to pick. Oh no, the Splashdown's forced him off the plat. Never mind, it has.
Kind of.
Yeah, I think it was an extra shot from the Explosher. The amount of space that Cooked Court have already taken from this wipeout is amazing. They have full control of mid already. And with the specials that they have ready to use at their disposal, Also, just worthy noting right now, Cooked Court are playing this set coolerless.
Oh,
They don't have a Tacticooler. Daffy Denominator are playing with a Tacticooler, but Cooked Court are using that for an extra entry tool in strikes and reslider. They're able to very easily win fights, move forward. And it feels like
Dominator, and T-Tech still has strikes ready at any time.
Yeah. It feels like this is going to be a win for Cooked Court, assuming the T-Tech just stalls the Rainmaker. However, they do go down to the Squeezer.
Down the Squeezer.
There is potential here. They have taken the Rainmaker very early. Now they have 60 seconds to knock out the game. And with the Explosher running forwards, it looks like it's going to be less and less likely. And they do end up getting picked off, meaning game 1, in fact, goes to Cooked Court.
Still, I'm not giving up hope. This set could go either way. Yeah. Still, this could be some sort of reverse sweep for Daffy Denominator.
Yeah, especially with, like, specifically the Clash Blaster. Like, Homebag Pump Track is such an interesting map for so many weapons in this game because it completely changes how a lot of them play. Weapons like Wiper specifically play way less effectively because of the massive mound in mid. They're not able to play around the ledges as easily either, which makes it very, very inconsistent on a map like this, and that is going to be a problem for Daffy Denominator.
Speaking of the big mound in the middle, that only makes Zuka much more effective.
Yeah.
If you stand on top of the mound and you're pushing, you can kind of just fire Zuka in any which direction you want from on top of that stupid hill, and you're almost guaranteed to kill somebody as long as you can kind of see them.
Also, I see a lot of potential for Cooked Court here with their Clash Blaster potential. Being able to, since the tower path sort of rides along the line of window and into bunker, and that sort of path that it takes, you can sort of just sit on window with a Clash Blaster and just rain AoE down on anyone that's moving alongside with the tower.
Speaking of AoE, Explosher.
Yes, there's a lot of potential here for specifically Cooked Court's comps. Daffy Denominator ideally need to change off of Wiper here. It's going to be very inconsistent on the ledge that we mentioned in mid. They need to play more steady as well. They need a way to consistently get picks, and since Cooked Court are playing without a cooler, they need some factor that cooler wouldn't give them. It's like they need either consistent picks or they need to play slower and just get. You can get outsped by cooler, but if you play more consistently and more slowly and essentially build a metaphorical wall of defense, then they can't break through, and then you can move that forwards and just zone them back and back further and further. There's a lot of potential for both teams here.
You still do need to be wary about where you put your tacticoolers on this map because the tower movement is very sporadic. I don't see a lot of tower control humpback pump track on in tournaments.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't really know exactly where the tower's going, so they wind up putting the cooler on the tower path.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though, and we're going to find out how that goes now. Not many major comp changes, however we are seeing the Sorella undercover on the side of Daffy Denominator. Playing around screen here is going to be interesting, especially with how effective that'll be at moving people off of mound, since you can't see it coming as easily. A lot of bombs in the opening, which you can expect from tower control. Torpedoes flying around everywhere. A nightmare for any slow weapons.
Torpedoes, everything. Not seeing any.
No picks as of yet, which is interesting. There have been specials gathered, Cooked Court being the first team to take the tower. The Clash Blaster does, however, go down. T-Tech down as well on the side of Daffy Denominator. And Squeeze down as well. It's consistently trades. There goes the Splatoon screen, and a single strike from Cooked Court before they get picked off. Daffy Denominator now control of mid. Delayed wipe on the side of Cooked Court, leaving just the Tetras and the Explosher. The T-Tech going for a play of moving behind the Explosher, especially with Tri-Strikes, is an interesting play. But they're going to get picked off here by the Clash Blaster. Cooked Court now also have control again. Back and forth opening, very much so.
This match is very exciting so far. I want to see how the...
A pick on the side of Cooked Court. Daffy Denominator do have the advantage. Specials being used by Cooked Court, though, to hold space. It is now a 2v2. Cool. The zap on Daffy Denominator goes down holding a cooler. That's going to cost them a lot of time. The screen up on the side of Daffy Denominator as well, trying their best to force people away. The Reef Slider on their plat, though, being able to force people back further and further.
Undercover. There was a splashdown as well.
Yeah, splash on tower, zone it out, make sure the teammates are far away. But this is going to be the end of the push for Cooked Court with a delayed wipeout. And now Daffy Denominator are going to start taking as much space as they can. They need to force people back if they want to stay in this set. There are still, obviously, 3 minutes. Anything can happen.
It's Splatoon.
Flash Blaster goes down on the side of Cooked Court. There is potential for a large push here. It's slowly being cooked up in the ovens of Cooked Court's plat. A flank on the side of tower goes down. Cooked Court are now on the back foot. The splashdown over the undercover, being able to pick them off. But they need 10 points for a lead now. 2 go down the side of Daffy Denominator. They might not be getting this. They're too far away from tower to keep it on the checkpoint.
Still, 10 points is not a lot at all, especially in Splatoon.
And the strikes on the tower as well. 2 down on the side of Cooked Court, but their T-Tech able to hold people in mid so effortlessly, it seems. The tactical goes down as well. Undercover currently riding the tower. They do have room here. They have a lot of options here. 2 down on the side of Cooked Court, and they need 10 points for a lead now. Splashdown super jump. 2 people on block. And they clutch the lead up. They can now extend this further. They can make this as hard as they can for Cooked Court to get back into this game. Tactical down on the check. That's going to go down immediately. To 3 down on Daffy Denominator. Their Squeeze are trying their best to stay alive, but it's not going to work out for them. Wipeout on the side of Daffy Denominator. Again, it's only been another minute since we last mentioned like the potential for a push. It's still anyone's game. There's still 100 seconds left. Daffy Denominator, it's not over for them.
Not over until always that stupid whistle.
Yeah. 2 down on the side of Daffy Denominator. Cooked Court have potential to take back the lead, especially with how quickly they've moved into offensive positions. Zap goes down on the side of Daffy Denominator. This is potential for a big lead. The strikes being able to hold tower just long enough. And now it's just the Tetris alive. They're able to hold onto the lead for dear life. And it looks like Daffy Denominator are going to be able to hold this at least for the time being.
This is intense.
Yeah. Everyone is now also cooled up on Daffy Denominator. They are able to not feed per se, but they are able to take fights and win more consistently. And even if they don't, they do not get punished by much. 2 down the side of Cooked Court. 2 down the side of Daffy Denominator. It's picks for picks. It's consistent trades all over the map. But Daffy Denominator are not giving up the space.
That X-Splash is trying to use their AoE.
It's also, there's always a special up consistently. A trade on the clash.
Ow.
Yeah. The T-Tech up with strikes currently. They're able to use that to hold the tower off if they so wish. However, they do need to think about the fact that it's so close to the end of the game. And Daffy Denominator are currently pushing. The Reef Slider is brutal. And here come the strikes on the side of Cooked Court, being able to hold space. Here come the strikes for Daffy Denominator. This is such a close game. The clash is on the tower. They're holding space.
Can we get it?
It's so close. It's so close.
50.
Cooked
There
Court
it
take
is.
the lead.
Cooked Court takes it 2-0.
A very, very climactic ending to the set. Unfortunately, it is obviously a 2-0, so there's something to be said about, like, again, wait, I just realized, again, no cooler for Cooked Court. A cooler on the side of Daffy Domination. Cooked Court seemed to have much stronger coordination, much stronger positioning, and it's clearly paying off for them. They're able to beat teams with cooler in such dramatic fashion.
Oh, totally.
Round 3 is over for this team. Is this the end of Swiss now? I believe it's only 3 rounds of Swiss.
I believe so. This season has only 3 rounds of Swiss instead of 4.
Yes. I assume that's an effect of being hosted on the Nintendo Switch Online and trying out a new bracket format. However, as it says on the ticker currently on the screen, do not go anywhere. Semi-finals of your It's Dangerous to Go Alone 45 Master Bracket will be coming up after a short break, which will be starting soon as we get the word. But this will be the end of me and Crableg commentating the tournament. We will be passing off to Miss Pixie 6 and IMAD later on. they will be commentating your semi-finals and your grand finals for the tournament. And yes, welcome them in with much Twitch chat spam.
Please.
Crab, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at CrabLegCapital, no spaces, no nothing. Just CrabLegCapital. Yeah. I don't know how I got that at. Where can they find you, Gran?
Well, they can't find me on CrabLegCapital for first off. But they can find me, as on screen, as it says right now, at HydroGren. You can find me basically anywhere with that username. Go type it in, whatever. Give us both likes and your attention, please. That's why we're commentating.
You should totally follow us on all social medias. I only have Twitter. But still, go follow us. We're very cool people, I think.
Exactly. I don't think there's any other way to describe us, unless chat has some choice words. But I'm hoping they don't. I'm looking at you. I think that's the end of our block.
We are the Costco. We are the Costco people. Thank you for watching the preliminary rounds of It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 45.
We will see you around.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Off the Dials. It's Dangerous to Go Alone. It is I, Mad Gamer II, joined by the lovely Miss Pixie6. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, I'm Mad. I'm really excited to see IDTGA for this this tournament today.
Indeed. I have heard many great things about it, but this is my first time on the air. I know if you've played in this tournament a bit, so could you tell us a bit how this works?
I have. So what you do is you kind of sign up beforehand. You don't make your own teams. They assign the teams based on what weapons you play and your skill level. And so behind the scenes, they all choose basically what the best teams could possibly be. And those teams go into the tournament and they fight in different brackets based on those, the skill levels and the weapons. And then we see who's the best of the best, I suppose.
Sounds quite amazing. I was joking earlier that it sounds like a battle royale fight to the death, but really it is a great way to just kind of like, if you're a freelance, just get out there and find some teams to play with. Or if you're on a South team, just like practice some new comps, trying different weapons and things like that. But it's super exciting to see what comes in store.
I was going to say, I loved this tournament as a free agent, just being able to play with so many different people, being able to try and go against different teams that were also in the same situation I was, that weren't established teams, that were trying out new things with new people. And it's fun because you kind of have to figure out everything very, very quickly. You have to learn how your teammates play very quickly. You have to learn how to use your weapon and use their weapons at the same time. It's a lot of new situations for people, and I think that makes it really exciting.
Yes, indeed. Now, if I remember correctly, we are past our group stages, are actually getting to our top cut. Am I correct in that?
It looks like this is semifinals, yes?
Ooh, okay, so like this is the top of the top. We're getting to our champions soon.
We're getting near the top. We are not at the top yet. We are still finding out who's on top.
We're seeing who's the second to the top.
Exactly. Who is second best?
And it looks like our contenders for this matchup is going to be Daffy Dominator versus Grief Bonding.
Is that a little hard to say there? A little too many D sounds.
I love these pickup names. Is this also assigned to them, the names, or do they come up with them themselves?
They are assigned the letter for the alliteration, but from there they are able to change the names if they would like to. So I'm not sure if Daffy Denominator and Brief Bonding were the names given to them, or if they chose those names.
Love it regardless. It really brings in some like funky pickup names.
If you're good at alliteration, sure.
Alliterations are my jam, let me tell you.
You do like the puns, don't you?
I do indeed. I can't deny I do indeed. And we get a little bit of a peek of what these players are going to be running. It's actually quite the lineup. We're seeing over on the side of Brief Bonding two rather blaster mains by the looks of it, with a bit of pocket weapons in there as well, and then bring out the bow and the E-liter. You could possibly see that as well.
Love it. I would like. I'm trying to figure out in my mind how a 2 blaster and a bow would work as a team comp, because it just seems like a lot of chip damage. But maybe that's their thing. Maybe they're going for all chip and then Shin if they're playing whatever frontline weapon they're able to pick off the enemy.
I mean, like, if you pair that with like a nice painting weapon, a nice support weapon, then you could really go at it. And especially for Malcolmar, oh my goodness, if anything to bring a double blaster, it's this map.
All right, what are we seeing from them? Oh, we're only seeing 1 blaster, unfortunately, for this time.
Indeed, but we are seeing the Dynamo ballpoint combo. Dynamo tends to be kind of like that midline to backline role of the roller class, so it's interesting to see them pair that with the backline. They're certainly going for that range, and it's going to be on the Clam Blitz mode.
All right, what we're seeing now, we're seeing this player here on the ballpoint is holding down the center here. Looks like they are trying to get clams. It doesn't seem like a lot of clams are being collected by either side. Oh, 3 go down for the side of Daffy Dominators, I believe it was. Or was it Denominators? Oh my goodness. They had a complicated team name.
The DD and BV. Oh my
Yes.
god, that's even worse. Oh, but you're right. That is going to be another 2 down. Make a 3 down for the side of Daffy Denominator. The hammer is going to try to save the basket. They're doing a fantastic job of guarding it, but it is going to be the first basket break right there from Brief Bonding.
All right, we're seeing Daffy Denominator here being able to hold their basket, able to hold the enemy off as more keep jumping in here. Ooh, we're seeing a lot go down. 2 go down on Brief Bonding. Oh, 2 are down on the side of Daffy Denominators now. It is a lot of back and forth here. This ballpoint has 1 clam. Doesn't seem like the rest of the team has much yet, but Daffy Denominators also does not have a lot of clams, so it's just a stalemate right here in mid.
Dang, like, Daffy there, they had like a good comeback going there. They got 2 down off of Brief Bonding, but then they ran into the ballpoint. They left the ballpoint alive, and the ballpoint player was able to hold down the fort pretty well on their own, using that range and just like using that positioning to keep them at bay. And now they're going to be going for their second basket push already, and they are in some prime positions.
Yeah, Daffy Denominator is trying to get Brief Bonding away from their basket. They're able to take 3 down there with this hammer. Ooh, that's a good hammer throw. They've got a power in their possession now with the squeezer player trying to push up, trying to get the score, and they're able to. And ooh, looks like Daffy Denominators has the lead.
Dang, that was an excellent counter push right there. They got the wipeout, and then they were able to take all their pity clams that they've accumulated so far, and they were put them all in, bring it down to 40. That is a sizable lead to have, but then again, we are halfway through the game, so we still have some time for Daffy to bring it back, and they're already got 2 down, starting their, I would say, 3rd consecutive push.
Yes, looks like 3 were down on the side of Daffy Denominator. Brief Bonding has this power clam. They're able to throw it in. They are collecting clams, being a little aggressive with that inkjet here. They are still able to hold this basket open. They're still throwing in clams. Daffy Denominator's having a tough time getting them out, as Brief Bonding is using all of their specials to just keep holding this basket.
Now I'm just trying to... Oh, we got another power clam coming in. Are they going to be able to get it? They do get it in. That's going to bring them down to 19. And they still have a good chunk of map control. Like, they went 2 down, but the remaining players were kind of enough to keep Daffy occupied. They haven't been able to really move past the midpoint just yet, but finally the basket is closed and they're able to kind of regroup. And they have a special online, but right now, Brief on, they've been doing an excellent job of kind of like... They have that double backline, that double chip that we were talking about with the Dynamo and the Luna, but they're doing a good job of kind of balancing out their comp, making sure they don't overextend too much. But that being said, with a 3 down like that, this is going to be Daffy's opportunity to really get some points on the board again.
We do have the Zuka coming out from the shot there. Oh, but they get taken down as Daffy Denominators gets another power clam in the basket. Will they take back this lead? It doesn't look like any of the other players have much clams. They're trying to collect them. They're trying to throw them. And there they get the lead. They are trying to stay up here. They are trying to fight against Brief Bonding as they come back and try and get Daffy Denominators away from this basket.
Oh, but they just need one more one more clam to get the
Oh,
KO,
they
and
did
that's
it!
gonna be it right there. Daffy coming back like it. they seem to be on the back foot for the first half of the match, getting almost 2 wipeouts right off the bat, but they were able to turn around. Like, their recovery was fantastic, I must say.
I feel like there was a lot of back and forth there, a lot of power clams being made by both sides. It was too hard for me to tell who the clear winner was, but Daffy Denominator gets that match.
Indeed, indeed. And they're running some pretty unusual weapons themselves. Like we saw from Brief Bonding, the Dynamo pick alongside the ballpoint, not something you see too often. But then on Daffy Denominator, like they had that undercover umbrella alongside the wiper and the squeezer. Now, of course, the undercover in itself is not usually picked, but it seemed like they were using that kind of as their support weapon. Like you had that kind of, I don't know, stalling power that you get from Umbrella, but with a little bit more speed and painting power from just because of the undercover's automatic features.
Exactly. Ooh, and because we are using the Nintendo app for this tournament, we're seeing the stats for the amounts of specials used and the deaths and kills and such. Looks like a lot of special usage through both teams. Not too many though. It looks like an even between like 2 and 4.
I'm just looking at. See, like we see from the Luna Blaster.
Oh, the Luna Blaster though. Apparently they got 19 picks and 5 assists.
I was taking a look at those assists because that's really what you want to see from a team. Is like you can have a player pop up, make some hero plays, get a lot of splats, but it's like when you looking at the team as a whole, where you're seeing a lot of assists, like that's how you know they're working together. That's how you know they're comboing those chip damages together to really like taking on opponents not by themselves but as a team, and that's really what you want to see in this kind of team on team environment.
Oh goodness, and I like the number of reef slides from the Brella user there. Just very brave, very brave support using a reef slider.
Yeah, I was racking my mind trying to figure out what was the kit on that weapon. I'm not as familiar with the undercovers, but I guess now that I remember correctly that the other one's got the screen. So this one, I was surprised they brought out the reslider for Clan Blitz, but you know what? This one, zones, that's going to be where the reslider comes in real handy.
Definitely, there's plenty of reef slider cheese where you just run in and get the zone from the enemy. But we'll find out if we see any in this match. As we see Brief Bonding here, kind of struggling to get away from their spawn here. Daffy Denominator is being really aggressive this time. Neither has gotten a pick yet. They are both trying to get out though. Ooh, one down from both sides as the Zuka comes out. Ooh, we're seeing a reef slide and a pick from Brief Bonding here.
See, this is a difficult map to gauge. It's like, on the one hand, we have like the Dynamo and the ballpoint. You have so much open area middle, they can really utilize that range effectively. But again, it's a very open kind of large map, and so like the chip damage, the Dynamo and the Luna, they don't quite use those. They don't have as many corners to work around that they did on Makamar, and so like weapons like the squeezer and the wiper, they can contest them a lot more easily here than they did on Makamar. So we'll see if they're able to kind of bring that to their advantage. And even so, Daffy was the one that came out on top on
Definitely.
The last game.
We're seeing Noir's boyfriend here kind of backing up from the aggression that Daffy Denominators is giving them. Looks like they are just trying to stay alive here, trying to get back to the zone, but they're struggling over all of these bombs. You see the Inkjet come out and the Reef Slider from Leche, but they go down. Looks like acing here, trying to use the hammer to paint the zone, and now Brief Bonding is in control.
That was an excellent combo right there. We saw the Inkjet just kind of go in to initiate the play, and then we had the hammer come in from the side. They really pincered several of the players on the zone, and even though they popped the reslider to kind of counter that, they didn't, I think because of that dual zone and the fact of how spread out Brief Bonding was, they didn't get really much value out of it. Instead it went down. But here they go again. They're going to be going for the retake. Hammer is out. Reslider went out, and they throw the hammer, getting a nice flat on, I think that was the ballpoint there. So now they're going to have the zone back to themselves.
Yeah, Daffy Denominator really pushed in there. They had 2 specials and they got 2 down off of Brief Bonding. Though here we're seeing an Inkzuka come out. They do get a pick, but then they get taken down by 0 here on the Wiper. Wiper's still trying to push up, trying to get picks, trying to paint. Ooh, but they're going to have a hard time against this hammer here as they get taken out.
It is interesting that both of these teams, and maybe because it's just the capability of the player playing the weapon, but they're both rocking the hammer, and the hammer is not something especially you typically see in comp as much anymore. But when you get into this kind of like pickup environment, where like you don't have as many like established comps because you haven't played together as long, you kind of fall back to those comfort picks, and so you see some more unusual comps like this, and so it's interesting to see how they're utilizing it. But dang, Daffy or Brief Bonnie bringing it back before they could get the lead, and they are going to push their lead by a couple points here.
I think the fun of this tournament is that you can play whatever weapon you want. As long as you state it beforehand that you play that weapon, you can use, you can say that you're only a sploosh player, and that will be what you play for the entire tournament. Like, there's nothing your team could do. They can't say no. They already have you on your team. So you just have to learn to play with it, and it makes for a lot of interesting team comps, because sometimes you play with weapons that you're not used to.
Exactly. It really expands kind of like your playstyle and your horizons a bit with your teammates here. And we're definitely seeing it here. Both teams really fighting for zone right now. Daffy is going to be going 2 down before they really have time to cap the zone. They added some more penalty points for Brief Bonnie, but they haven't been able to like really lock it down. But here we go. That hammer I was talking about coming in action once again from that wiper, getting 2, looking for a 3rd. Not quite able to get it, but they're going to be able to push up with that initiation right there, even though the wiper does go down.
They were able to get a pick before they went down, though. Looks like a lot of back and forth going on in mid. Daffy Denominators are in control of the zones now. They are in mid. They are holding their space against Brief Bonding. Brief Bonding having a hard time getting back in. Only the ballpoint has a special right now. Let's see if they can build them to try and get back to mid.
Yeah, this is the kind of the downside of running backline on this particular map. Like, you have a great control in the middle if you're able to hold that control, but it makes it a little bit more difficult to break back in. And when you have something that can contest pretty much every weapon on your comp except the ballpoint, like that squeezer there, then it's just like you lose some of that mobility that your opponent has. And we see here the undercover really going in and take down the ballpoint. Like, that's exactly what I was talking about earlier, that stalling tactic. They got it down to 9 before Brief Bonnie could really do anything about it.
Yeah, Leche on the Brella just being so very aggressive. Looks like now we see Daffy Denominators trying to get back the zone, trying to get it down to 0. Ooh, but it looks like the timer is going to run out, and they get this match point.
Hey, well done, Daffy. Like, they had some contestant on the zone because of the dual zone. They were able to keep it from accumulating any more penalty points. And again, just the nice play from the wiper and the undercover, be able to go in and just really keep Brief Bonnie from being able to push back out. They weren't able to get the Inkjet or the Zuka out to initiate what they wanted to.
Oh, I just realized, because we're using the Nintendo app, if you open the bracket, you can download the replays, it looks like. That's cool, because I wouldn't think that if I'm not playing in it, if I'm not the spectator, that I would be able to download it, but I can't.
No, that's fantastic. Like, if you're the one playing the tournament, it'll automatically upload all of your matches. So like, even like you or anyone who has access to the bracket can look at it and download it for their viewing pleasure.
Yes, I just accidentally downloaded one, but maybe it'll be more interesting to me later when I remember I downloaded it.
Learn some hammer plays for your sploosh.
Exactly.
I just think it would be cool if you did pick up something like Luna. Like, I know you talked about you like the blasters, but like haven't really gotten into it. But the Luna blaster plays very similar to a sploosh. It's just very more like that chip damage rather than like a steady fire rate.
I don't think you can say a blaster is close to a shooter, even if it is a sploosh. Just the way that they paint is so different. You can get out of tricky situations with a sploosh. You can get out of tricky situations with any kind of shooter, but a blaster, if you don't have enough paint for yourself, you're just stuck.
Unless you hit your shots, of course. Like
I mean, that's any weapon though.
So true, so true.
And next, it looks like we're going to be on Humpback Pump Track, with the mode being Rainmaker. How do you feel about this one, Imad?
See, I personally have not quite figured out the formula for Humpback, but I think that's a lot of the community in general. Like, Humpback is a very unique map. It has a lot of unique curvatures that are just difficult to play around. And when you get into weapons like the Splatana, it doesn't is not able to combat a lot of the other weapons as effectively, especially chip damage like the Dynamo and the Luna Blaster. So I'm curious to see if they're going to choose to stick with it or if they're going to try to ult for something else.
Seeing the Brella from one side. Ooh, it looks like a switch up on the side of Brief Bonding, though.
Indeed. We're going to be swapping out that backline for the Heavy Deco. They're going to be bringing out the Kraken and the point sensor. And just like I was talking about, the Wiper had swapped off to the bucket there, the vanilla bucket. It's going to be bringing out the Splat Bombs and the Aim Strikes. Speaking of Splat Bombs.
Exactly. Zero there getting a pick with a Splat Bomb. They are taking control of mid here, trying to find more of the Brief Bonding members to take down, but they are not finding them. The backline from the side of Brief Bonding able to paint pretty well, having not being able to reach mid yet. We are seeing some ink strikes go out. Brief Bonding has control of the Rainmaker. They are trying to stay alive. Noah's boyfriend here trying to hide from the members of Daffy Denominators, just staying alive, trying to get close to the pedestal. Ooh, are they able to make it in here? Oh, that's so close!
They got to the pedestal, but just the paint came out to stop them right at the last second. Getting down to 63 for the first push, not quite able to take the checkpoint, but like they were doing some nice maneuvers to stay alive there. Like they lost half their team while they're trying to push up, but the Rainmaker dropping into that pit right there to just kind of have a defensive posture while they regrouped. Now is going to be Daffy Denominator trying to make a move for the basket, or I'm sorry, the checkpoint. Reef Fighter going in to distract them, and they're going to be getting that dunk right there.
Pick here able to get the Rainmaker in the pedestal. Now it's a fight in this right corner here, seeing if anyone can be able to move forward. It is hard in this little hallway here as a Kraken comes out from the side of Brief Bonding. They are trying to get picks. They are trying to keep Daffy Denominators away from that Rainmaker. Oh, and it's just a lot of paint flying back and forth. No picks though, just a lot of painting, trying to get control of that right corner.
Right, Daffy Denominator doing a good job of just maintaining map control. Right now we saw the Kraken go out to defend the corner. They just opted to let it reset, just kind of regrouping it, but now they're going to be going 3 down, just the undercover remaining. Brief Bonding going for a second attempt at that checkpoint and able to get it. Now let's see if they're able to extend it past that 61 point right there. They're going to be getting 2 down off the Daffy Denominator, so it looks like they might be able to.
Brief Bonding not able to hold that Rainmaker forward for very long, but still getting the lead here. They are still in this right corner, trying to find an opportunity to push that Rainmaker once more. Ooh, we see a member of Brief Bonding sharking here. Ooh, they have a hammer, but they look like they're trapped in this corner as all of Daffy Denominator sees them. Ooh, they're trying to run away. They throw the hammer. They're not able to get a pick, but they are staying alive. They are trying to hold mid here.
The absolute patience of that Luna Blaster. Like, they are in such a prime position. They had no idea they were there, but then, like, right when they popped the hammer, they just, like, weren't able to breach the edge. And so instead, it's going to be Daffy Denominator bringing the Rainmaker back and going to be taking the lead down to 27. Still not a safe one for Humpback, but still a good lead to coming out with. And they have a lot of paint control to back it up here.
Definitely. I feel like these teams are so evenly matched that every time that one of them gets control of the Rainmaker, it's very equal how well they're able to push it, because both teams are equally aggressive. Both teams have an equally good defense. They're just they're very well matched here.
Oh, absolutely. Like every little inch that one team gives up, the other just takes it a mile. And that is, like you said, just how evenly matched these teams are. So now that is going to be Brief Bonding, another chance to try to retake mid, but that's going to be 2 of their members down. Daffy Denominator going to be holding on a bit more. We'll see if the shooter there is able to just hold on to the space, but no, the bucket will be taking them down. And that's going to be a 3 down, just the heavy remaining. We'll see if that Kraken's... Nope, never mind, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah, live with the Zuka, able to get some picks there as their teammate able to push the Rainmaker to 9 points remaining. Looks like Brief Bonding is trying to regroup here, using the Zuka to get some picks. Oh, but they get taken out from behind by the Slosher player.
Hey, that was a nice flank from the Slosher right there. Like, if the Rainmaker hadn't dropped what they did, they could have easily gotten the checkpoint off of that. However, good presence of mind to just grab that Maker and drop it. Like, getting into that corner right there is such a good defensive position, because it makes it near impossible for the other team to try to go for it unless they get the wipeout or the Rainmaker reset.
Alright, Brief Bonding able to get the Rainmaker here. They are trying to push up in this corner as their Kraken comes out. Ooh, but they get taken down from behind by the sneaky Zero here with their bombs.
Yeah, this is the thing you have to watch out for this map. Like, you have your objective. The right side is the what you want to be going for, but you always got to be watching your six. You got to be watching behind you because of how wide this map is. You can easily get outflanked if you're not careful. And now we are down to the last 5 seconds, and that is a sizable lead to get. Not gonna lie, like they're gonna have to get near a dunk to take this back, and there are strikes on line for a Daffy Denominator.
Ooh, Brief Bonding is really trying hard to hold it here. There are bombs flying from the side of Daffy Denominators, though, as Noah's boyfriend tries to come forward. They're just finding a lot of resistance here. Their team is moving up. Brief Bonding getting picks. Ooh, but as the strikes come out, it is Brief Bonding going down.
Yeah, the strikes went out. They basically threw everything they had at them to stop that push.
Definitely.
Like, they had a brief opening, and then the Zuka just completely shut that push down.
Someone in the chat said Zuka moment. That was definitely a Zuka moment. Just so many specials from Daffy Denominators there.
Oh, absolutely. Now that is going to be, like, Daffy Denominator taking it to a nice 3-0. That is going to be match point for them, taking the set and moving on to the finals. Like you said, it was really evenly matched throughout all those games. Like, in fact, the first match, I looked like Daffy Denominator were kind of on the back foot to Brief Bonding. Brief Bonding just had a really good opening, had a lot of good opening splats, but then, like, over time, Daffy has been bringing it back, kind of regaining that control.
Oh, definitely. I feel like, as we've said, they were very evenly matched teams, and Daffy Denominator they found their edge. They found whatever could give them an advantage, and they pushed it, and they went with it, and they were able to take these 3 games.
Oh, absolutely. And, like, it's hard to, like, figure out what that little secret formula is, what that ingredient that they had that Brief Bonding did not. Like, the comps were very different. They were very different indeed, except for maybe, like, the shot or the NSAP or something. But just, like, they had their own unique twist on how to do that. So it's like, how do you break down, okay, what is the secret sauce that they got bringing into this match that allowed them to come out on top right at the end?
I think I know what their advantage was.
What was that?
Friendship.
Indeed. Well, with that, we're going to be going to a short break before we get to our finals match. So everyone stay tuned, stay hydrated, and we'll be right back.
Hello everyone, welcome to Off the Dial. We are presenting It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 45. I am Miss Pixie6, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, IMAD Gamer II. Say hello, IMAD.
Hello. It's great to be back. We are in our final matchup, our finals of It's Dangerous to Go Alone. This is the top of the pyramid, the last stand.
The last one. Who is the best? We're gonna find out right now.
Who's gonna be the final survivor? We'll find out next.
Exactly. All right, and in this final bracket, we have Hungry Hen versus Daffy Denominator. Daffy Denominator being the team that we just saw in semifinals on the Twitch stream here. Haven't seen Hungry Hen myself, but I'm guessing they're a formidable opponent.
Indeed. They did make their way from the semi-bracket as well. So both of these teams coming up from that second place, or actually no, they're fighting for that first place. Who's going to be dropped down to second? We'll find out.
I'm liking the weapon lineups here. I'm really enjoying Slime Sir 64 from Hungry Hen, just with the ink brush.
I was about to say they are very confident in their pick. They have no other back pockets to pull from. They just, you know what? We know what we're running with, and we're going to be running into it. Them and Alive as well.
They know what they want to play, and I respect that.
Ooh, but I also can't deny I'm excited to see the what is it, Readly?
What's it, Readly?
Readly bringing out their Splatling lineup. Huge fan.
Huge fan of Splatlings, you are, yes.
Yes, I am. Ooh, but Spleef though, they kind of got a nice mix of going. They got their, the usual shooter back pocket, but it looks like their main weapon is going to be that Stamper. We saw the Splatano Wiper in that last match. In fact, Zur over there was our Splatano resident. we'll see if they're gonna have any competition against Spleef.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Splatana and Splatana action. Ooh, but they also, Spleef looks like they run a more traditional Splatter Shot and N-Zap, which is kind of the more meta pick at this moment. So maybe we won't see Splatana action, unfortunately.
We'll see, because they also have Narco who can kind of swap to those weapons as well. So like they got some versatility they can work with, figure out what kind of maps that they're comfortable with, what kind of maps they want to bring out their main for, and we'll see. I guess we'll kind of see that kind of mix up here.
Might just end up a double shooter comp.
Exactly.
Might just go way meta and do double Zuka, you know?
Oh my goodness. I ran into a triple Zuna comp the other night. They like double shot and then they alternated between Squeezer and Carbon Roller. It was the counter we came up with was Bubbler, funny enough.
I mean that'll work. It'll tank a Zuka shot for you, and sometimes that's all you need.
Oh, absolutely. It's like you can't hit me if I'm in this protective bubble. Me, an introvert.
Haha, can't touch me.
Exactly. It makes me reminiscent about the hamster ball of death in Splatoon 2, the baller.
That can't be what you called it.
It was called the baller. It
Okay.
was literally called the baller.
Goodness.
I will look it up just to be sure, but I'm like 99.9% sure that is the official name for it.
As long as it's not the hamster ball of death, that's fine.
No, that was my name for it.
Okay. Alright, it looks like the first map mode is going to be Barnacle and Dime, Splat Zones being the mode. Now, Barnacle and Dime, I see this map a lot for Clam Blitz, but not a lot for Splat Zones.
I know that right when Barnacle and Dime came out, everyone was all about the zones mode for this map. Like is that and clams are like the two that are actually usable in comp, but zones was kind of what people are going for, especially for the diehard zoners. Clam Blitz has kind of come out on top and recently, like you said, but like in the olden days, it was zones was the first pick for Barnacle and Dime.
Making up words here? What's a diehard zoner?
People who only play zones, they don't want to play any other mode but just zones.
I don't think those people exist.
They do. They will fight for zones only tournaments with every breath they got.
Oh my goodness. Well, I've never encountered one, but I guess I just have to trust you.
You haven't been to that side of Twitter yet.
Exactly. And I don't want to be there.
But yeah, Barnacle and Dime Zone, I was just going to say, in reminiscent of Splatoon 2, Baller, and now Reef Slider, the zones cheats. And we have a single zone here as compared to Umami in the last set. Undercover Umbrella on the side of Daffy Denominator, bringing out that Reef Slider. Going to be like, I think Barnacle and Dime is big enough that it won't instant cap it, but it's pretty close depending on how much special power up you're running.
I don't know if I've seen Reef Slider on the Barnacle and Dime zone. Because of that sort of platform in the middle there, I'm guessing the Reef Slider couldn't take the whole zone.
I know it will keep you from getting splatted by it, but because I know...
Oh no, we're missing a person!
Oh no! It's okay, they got Leche, they have the important player.
Yes,
no,
one Umbrella can sub in for two.
Exactly. But I was gonna say, like, Mahi has a very similar structure, like not quite as wide as the one on Barnacle here, but they still have that kind of little block in the middle that will protect you from damage, but not necessarily from paint. I think the Reef Slider has enough paint that it will, like, the zone will cap itself for the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's about how you time right. If you miss a line, it could send you in the wrong direction, then you won't cap the zone. So aim is required.
Yeah, the Reef Slider is pretty finicky, depending on where you point it at. Sometimes it will go in a direction or over terrain that you didn't think was possible.
Exactly, or it'll just get stuck on the littlest bump that you didn't even know existed.
Exactly. I've done that so many times. As many times as I've, like, just re-slid off of the map.
Oh my goodness. And that is... Well, no, I was going to say that's possible here. We have a nice moat around this map, but there's a lot of... Because this is set in the mall, I imagine, there's a lot of protective fencing around the edges so little squids can't fall into the water by accident.
I like that you're putting logic to it. That's good.
It is not entirely possible to reslide off the edge on this one, but nonetheless, it is going to be hard to time that so you don't get splatted after it's done. And we're going to be seeing Daffy Denominator with their tried and true comp. Coming out from Hungry Hens, though, we see that splatter shot, or sorry, the splatter scope, and like you said, we're going to be seeing that double shooter.
Let's see what we got here. We see Hungry Hen pushing forward here. 2 are already down on the side of Daffy Denominators. Hungry Hen being really aggressive here. Azuka comes out. Ooh, we're seeing here the Soda coming out as well. We're seeing a Whale come out. Goodness, Hungry Hen is being super aggressive here. They are holding the enemy flat here. They are pushing up into the street. They are going forward even more than that, throwing their bombs, building up more specials. Goodness, they are so aggressive here.
That was like a perfectly played startup. Well, now they got their charger down, so that's going to be their backline and Zooks or their strikes out of the way. But still, getting down to 50, taking down 2 members, and then some follow-up off of Daffy Denominator right at the beginning there. Very well executed. Daffy Denominator going to be able to stop the zone for the time being, but that's the dangerous thing about this map is like if you get into like really good positions like that, if you're able to like push up, that's quite the chokehold here on this little, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like once you extend past the zone, it's like a choke point you have to break through. And right now, Daffy Denominator with some excellent coordination to break that. We'll see if Hungry Hen is able to reciprocate that.
See Hungry Hen here trying to get back into zone, trying to get some picks here. There is 1 down from Daffy Denominators, but Daffy Denominator is still able to hold this zone. They are pushing up. We're seeing the Brella on the plat over there. 1 member does jump back. Hungry Hen trying to regroup. They are trying to paint up, trying to build their specials. We got the Soda coming out. We see the Charger has their special ready as well. We see strikes. But 1 goes down. Daffy Denominator is really just taking back what Hungry Hen was able to accomplish earlier in the game.
Again, like we saw this in the last set against the other team. Because like even though they went 2 members down, they didn't back down and they held that zone all the way down to 7. It took getting 3 members down for them to even give up space to Hungry Hen, and that just kind of shows the caliber of the team that we're seeing right here. Like they're even with those just 2 members, they're able to keep space and stall long enough to give them so many points on the board.
All right, Hungry Hen here getting the timer to tick down for them. Specials are going out, bombs are flying from both sides, but Hungry Hen is really able to hold their place here against Daffy Denominator's specials. We are seeing a hammer coming out. We are seeing more aggression. Picks going back and forth. But there's a wipeout. Hungry Hen has the zone now. Are they going to get it down to 0? And they do. This match goes to Hungry Hen.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Like Daffy Denominator not quite able to break that hold. They weren't able to get back in the zone, and it seemed a little bit frazzled right at the end there. Like once you get into like the 20-point range, like that's when the heat's really on you to retake the zone. And just we saw the hammer come out, we saw the player drop on that right side, but Hungry Hen keeping cool, just like taking the fights as they came, and they gave up enough space to stay alive, but not enough space for them to get the zone, and that allowed them to just get the wipeout and then take the KO on top of that.
See, I feel like Daffy Denominator had a good chance to get the match point there, right in the middle as they grabbed the zone. They were pushing up, they were trying to hold the area, but they just were not able to hold it the same way that Hungry Hen was.
Indeed. So like in that last matchup in the last round, they were able to kind of like turn around even when they were at a deficit. But Hungry Hen this time, they were able to really capitalize on having that player advantage and really lock down what they needed to. But going into Undertow Rainmaker, like that is a completely different ball game. Like just the map alone is such a unique structure compared to Barnacle and Dime. Like I feel like Daffy Denominators, what they've been running so far, can really work out for them here.
Yeah, goodness. Rainmaker is such a completely different mode than Splat Zone, so it's hard to say which team is going to have an advantage here. I feel like the Ink Brush player might have a little bit of trouble here on Rainmaker. It doesn't really favor that sort of play. It favors more of like a slow, steady, hold the area kind of thing. And I suppose Splat Zones is a little bit like that, but the zone itself doesn't move. You just have to protect that one area. As the Rainmaker moves forward, you also have to move forward, and it's more difficult in that way as you have to keep venturing into the enemy territory.
Yeah, I was gonna say having 2 shooters really adds a lot of versatility to your comp, but when you're rocking a backline and a very specialty weapon like a brush, go up against kind of like the more mobile and aggressive comp that Daffy is bringing, like they have to really play to their positioning quite well in order and just maintain good awareness of how Daffy is able to move about the map.
Are seeing Hungry Hen here trying to throw bombs, trying to keep mid against Daffy Denominators. Although Daffy Denominators picks up the Rainmaker here. Ooh, it looks like they're going pretty uncontested as they're trying to shoot their way forward. Though the Ink Brush on the side of Hungry Hen able to take down the Rainmaker carrier. 3 are down for Daffy Denominators. It's a wipeout. Hungry Hen getting this Rainmaker popped here, and they are taking it forward.
Getting wiped down right at the beginning, but Zero here, jumping right in, getting 2 down off of Hungry Hen. They have the Rainmaker, charges up to defend, but now comes the Hammer, really trying to take them down. They do get the trade here, but they're stalling out the Rainmaker right in this corner, and that's going to get them exactly what they want. They have the position they want to get that checkpoint.
I forget what this player's name is. I think it's Alive. They're trying to be really aggressive here, trying to go up into the enemy area. Ooh, Daffy Denominator is able to get a wipeout. Are they able to pop here? Ooh, they are just being really aggressive. They are up in Hungry Hen's business, getting picks. This Wiper here getting 2. Ooh, the Rainmaker is moving a little bit forward. 3 are down on both sides. This is a really aggressive play here.
Oh my goodness, the Wiper, MVP of that play right there. They are not going to be opting to pick it up. They weren't able to get, well, I'd say Alive able to jump in successfully, but they took down half the team. Like if they, Hungry Hen hadn't stopped the Rainmaker, that could have been an easy KO or Daffy Denominator. But now with the VAC coming out, they're going to have to regroup into mid, retaking it, but they still have a lot of space to work with. Like Hungry Hen, they're going to have to clear out several of these players, and they use half their special assists to get them out of that corner.
Wanderer here on the Charger, able to get some picks before moving forward with Hungry Hen. Ooh, is someone going to pick it up? Oh, they get another pick. Goodness. Oh, and another. Ooh. This Charger player, Wanderer, just getting a lot of an advantage here, just being able to move up with their Rainmaker carrier. Now Daffy Denominator is trying to build a good, solid defense against Hungry Hen as we see the VAC come out. Ooh, but specials are going off from both sides. We see the Reef Slide, we see the Hammer, and Daffy Denominators has control of this area once more.
Yeah, that vacuum can protect you from a lot of things, and the Hammer is not one of them, but nonetheless, the last remaining player of Hungry Hen grabbing it right from underneath Daffy's nose, getting it down to 22, and going to be taking that lead back as we have 2 minutes left in the match. That was such a sneaky play, and all thanks to the inkable area that is now.
Seeing Daffy Denominators here trying to paint up, trying to stall against Hungry Hen as they continue to be aggressive. We see Zuka shots. We see this Umbrella player trying to get back in, but they're just having a hard time of it as they use the Reef Slider to try and get away from Hungry Hen. There's only 1 down on Hungry Hen right now. Daffy Denominators has all 4 up there trying to push forward. Oh, but goodness, they're having a hard time of it.
That's some good maneuvering from the undercover player right here. Like when you have, you have to know when to take a fight and when to just back out. And using the Reslider like they did to really get out of that engagement. Such a good play by them. But unfortunately, it is going to be Daffy with 2 members down. Hungry Hen pushing up once again. They still have that lead, and there's going to be kind of, I imagine playing for time here, but maybe they'll be pushing their lead a bit further for it to get some good opportunities.
Ooh. Hungry Hen here with the Rainmaker. They are still in this corner. 2 are down from the side of Daffy Denominators. They are trying to push up. It looks more like they're trying to just hold this left side here. They are getting picks though with this Rainmaker carrier. Ooh, it looks pretty dicey here actually as bombs keep flying from the side of Daffy Denominators. They are trying to get this Rainmaker carrier. They are trying to get Hungry Hen out of here, but they're just not able to.
Yeah, they're not gonna well, they weren't going to go for many risky plays. They don't have to, but they are going to be pushing their lead to 14 right there with a nice combo with the brush right there, leading the path in. We'll see if Daffy Denominator is able to kind of like retake mid after that, but they lost their NZAP, their main painter and cooler user. and the Charger taking down the hammer at point blank range and the undercover as well. Some excellent plays right here. Like, they are going to be just locking down mid right here. Another nice pick.
Charger player is so aggressive and they're so good with their aim. They're able to lead the enemy the wrong direction before they pick them off. Very talented, very skilled. We're seeing Hungry Hen here just painting up mid, holding their lead against Daffy Denominators as they're not able to retake the Rainmaker. Daffy Denominators gets wiped out as Hungry Hen gets this match point.
You get into a position like that when you get into the last 30 seconds, like if you're Daffy, you know you have to pick up the Rainmaker. If you're Hungry Hen, you know that Daffy knows they have to pick up the Rainmaker. So it's just like, at that point, all you do is like you pop the Rainmaker, just let it sit there, and you hold mid. It'll either reset to mid or they'll try to go for it, and you just pick them off. Then it's like, it is a very, like you said, dicey situation to be in, and like Daffy would have to incredibly clutch that up to bring it back around in that kind of situation. But Hungry Hen, once again, staying cool and just playing to their defense, playing to their positioning, and just really holding down that mid area.
Definitely. And the next map mode we're going to see is tower control on ship shape. Ooh, this is a pretty good, a pretty decisive map mode, I feel, as whatever team kind of snowballs here is going to be the one that gets this match point. This is a really hard one because it is there's so many hallway type things here. There's so many like tight spaces, so many places where the enemy team can kind of pick off the other team. But once they get that tower, once that momentum starts going, it is hard to shake the team.
I was just about to say, like, this is one of the worst map modes to have on a match point because of, like you said, of how snowbally, how decisive it can be if one team really gets rolling right here. Like, Daffy Denominator has to lock it down here. They have to take that early advantage. If they let Hungry Hen run away with this, they will just run away with it all the way to the end.
Definitely. I'm wondering if we're going to see the same sort of team comps from both sides. I'm trying to remember which ones have the sort of changing weapons, though.
So far, Daffy Denominator has been pretty consistent. I know that they swapped off their Wiper player for Humpback because of the terrain issues that Wiper runs into. But unless they're trying to counter what Hungry Hen has been bringing, and they haven't really changed up their comp either. They've been sticking with that Charger double shooter brush combo, and it's been really effective for them. So like, unless they bring out something to specifically counter something that Hungry Hen is bringing, I imagine we're going to be seeing some pretty similar comps.
Gotcha. Seeing a similar comp from Hungry Hen, just as you described, the two shooters, the Charger and the Ink Brush. Now from the side of Daffy Denominators, we still have the Brella, we still have the N-Zap and the Wiper, but I think the 52 pick seems new.
Yes, they're bringing out the 52 instead of the Squeezer, but they're also swapping to the other undercover umbrella. They're going to be bringing out Splat Screen, and I think it's the Torpedo? So they're going to be, like, just the whole, what they're running here, they're going for that kind of, they're trying to blind the Charger, just counteract the Charger, because the Charger has so much reach on this map. Look how open that middle is right there, and you throw out the Zooks, or the strikes on top of that, like, they're going to have to really take down the Charger, especially with how well that Charger's been playing so far.
It definitely looks like Daffy Denominators is struggling a little bit trying to take out that Charger that was holding the tower. Though they are painting up here, they are getting Hungry Hen away from the tower. It looks like this Brella player here trying to get a pick on the left side, but ooh, Hungry Hen is being really aggressive with the Ink Brush right in their face.
Undercover doing a good job of staying alive, just keeping them distracted while the rest of their team moves in. Hammer's going to be coming out, but they lose their Zap player to the right side, possibly in a trade, but the Charger player goes down. That's going to be those strikes and the Zook on top of that out of commission, so they can basically get this checkpoint for free if they're able to keep the positioning. The Wiper just really doing a good job pushing up, but the Charger finally takes him down, but it's going to be the first checkpoint out of the way for Daffy.
Ooh, Daffy Denominator's in a good position here. They have the tower. They are painting up mid. Ooh, and two are down on the side of Hungry Hen. Daffy Denominator's being way more aggressive than we've seen previously. They are trying to paint up. They are dodging these Charger shots. Ooh, they're doing such a good job of it, too. There are three that get taken down from Daffy Denominators, though. But, ooh, Hungry Hen is going to have some trouble trying to get that lead back.
Yeah, there's going to be times that they made it to the checkpoint, They didn't quite get any points off the checkpoint, but like you said, Hungry Hen, they are facing a lot of opposition from Daffy Denominator right now. They haven't been able to just run away with this as we feared they might have. Daffy is doing a good job of just making sure they don't get that momentum going. 52 going in, Charger going down, and the 52 getting another for a 3 down off of Hungry
Oh my
Hen, and then
goodness.
going to be cleaning up for the delayed wipe. That's going to be a huge opportunity for Daffy Denominator.
Now this is the player Alive that we're currently seeing on the 52 here, but previously they were playing the Squeezer, and it was listed that they only played the Squeezer. So seeing the 52 and seeing them get this many picks is just amazing. They gotta list this as one of their weapons too.
Yeah, the 52 here, like they can play some of the same positioning that the Squeezer can with that splash wall, but because of the shorter range and like the fire rate and all that, they can play it just a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more up in their face, and they're certainly doing a good job of that right now. But now we're getting to kind of like the gateway, the gauntlet of this map right here. That second checkpoint is so hard to break through, especially if they're like hadn't coordinates their specials well. But right now they lost their charger, which is their main deterrent. It's just kind of a fight in mid right now, a scrappy fight as they each team.
Oh no! I see a DC from the side of Daffy Denominators, and they were doing so well. I hope that they can still hold on to their lead.
Oh no, that is huge right there. Like, we are only a minute and a half left, and it is well past the replay point. So like, they're gonna have to make do with what they got. Like, thank goodness they had the lead, because they have a chance to hold on to this, but they're gonna have to play some incredible defense.
Seeing this Umbrella player here trying to stay alive, trying to be sneaky. Oh, but they get taken down. There is someone riding the tower from the side of Hungry Hen. It looks like the ink brush is Alive. Oh, Alive gets this pick though. Alive trying to keep the enemy off of the tower. There are bombs going back and forth. They have the wall on it though. It looks like that's preventing the Hungry Hen from being able to touch the tower.
Right now, Hungry Hen, they're really capitalizing off of that player advantage. Daffy Denominator left in a little bit of a stagger right here. They had several members go down individually, and now they just can't like break out of their base right now. They can't retake, and with Spleef up in that corner right there, the main defensive position, it's going to be even harder to do so. And that's going to be the last checkpoint out of the way, which is 10 points before the KO. This is near game point right now, unless Alive is able to clutch up.
Oh, it looks like this one goes to Hungry Hen.
Oh man, you hate to see it.
I was hoping they would pull through. They were trying so hard to.
I know, like you hate to see that on the match point, but just Daffy was doing such a good job. They were so close to turning that around as well. They were doing everything that we were saying that they should do. Like, they were keeping the charger occupied. They were not letting Hungry Hen gain that kind of momentum to snowball it into the KO. And so, like, they had a lot of good fights that they were able to, like, they even kept Hungry Hen from retaking the tower, even though they fell off that first push. They were able to just get back onto it and push again. But as soon as that player went down, just like the tables completely turned on them.
Thank goodness. And I was really pulling through for Daffy Denominator, because that change from the Squeezer to the 52 really looked like it was doing a lot of damage there. Just the splash wall being able to tank one of the charger shots is just a really good idea. And it seemed to be working so well. And just to see it not fully pay off because of the DC is just so sad.
It is so sad. And I think not only with the splash wall being effective, but then swapping to that killer whale too, with how long and narrow this map is, there's not as much room to dodge a weapon like the killer whale, and the fact it can go through those little obstacles that the charger normally hide behind. The Zuka, I guess they did not feel like was working quite in their favor like they hoped, so swapping that whale and then comboing it with the splatter screen, like that was really like just very much, all right, we're getting sick of that charger, we're gonna really try to focus on making sure they have not the same space that they had in that last game.
Oh, both teams played so well. Both teams really tried to go for that win there. But Hungry Hen is the winner of finals. They have won It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 45.
Let's go. Congratulations to Hungry Hen. Very well played. Like I said, like they had Daffy Denominator on the ropes for the first two matches. It was a very close third match. just the unfortunate DC. But I think that Hungry Hen certainly was in a good run to take that nonetheless. So well played, and very much congratulations.
Well done for both teams. Good job.
Right, but unfortunately, that is the finals, and so that means that that's the end of our tournament, unfortunately.
Go set.
Any final words before we close out, Six?
You can find IMAD on Twitter at IMADGamerII and also on YouTube under the same name, I presume.
Of course. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out, and thank you all for watching. Thank you, Six, for commentating with me, and thank you to the rest of production and our streamer for putting all this on. It's been fantastic to watch.
Thank you, everyone in production. You've done such a good job today. And this is a really hard tournament to put on. I'm just saying, because there are so many brackets and you have to organize all the separate teams. There's no, like, there are captains, but they don't really know who they're playing with exactly because they're all teams that are made up on the spot. So this is hard. It's hard to do. And I commend all of you for working so hard on it. It's such a fun tournament, and I recommend you all try it out sometime.
Indeed, and then very much appreciated because it does create those opportunities that we talked about at the beginning of our block here. That when if you have a team, whether you don't have a team, just being able to just jump into a pickup like this, and knowing that everyone else is a pickup, does create such good experiences and good opportunities to kind of like get out of your comfort zone or really like get into more competitive.
Exactly. All right, but this has been a great tournament. We will see you all in the next one.
Have a good night.